Welcome to Rapid Reviews Radio episode 45. Let's see if it trumps all the others. I am your co-host, Kylie Wild, and I am joined by my co-host, Pete Beckett.
Worst intro ever.
That was the worst. It was cheesy and over the top. Best of intro. So, Pete, it's been a week. How's it been? How's your week been?
It's been a week.
It's been a week?
Yeah.
It's been 7 days.
7 long days. No, not really. No, I'm particularly tired today. I had some guests yesterday. My nieces stayed over, and let's be honest, one of them woke me up at 3:30, and I never recovered. It's not their fault.
Yeah. I think I likened it to being awoke by a herd of chihuahuas.
Yes, that's right.
And I want to confirm that because as Pete stepped away to take care of a wasp, by the way, that was in his room. See what he does for you, listeners.
Yeah, not
it
get
sounded
stung.
like a herd of yeah. It sounded like a very cute herd of chihuahuas in the background.
I would have gone with the quote from Anger Management, where he goes, "It's like a herd of wildebeest." Wildebeest. Jack Nicholson's comedy timing in that is just on point. It's so funny.
He is. If you follow my Twitter at all, you'll know he is just. I love him. Everything he does, everything he touches is gold. Yeah.
I'm not making that reference again. It's the Tom Hanks one from last week. Yeah, I'm not doing that again.
Yeah. Oh gosh, it is. We're in a crazy time, my friends. Well, we're in a crazy time because we are only 5 episodes away from episode 50.
Oh boy,
yeah.
I put the tweet out about that earlier on in the week. It blows my mind that we're this close to 50. Nearly a whole year's worth of podcast joy for you.
That's wild. That is wild. But we are thankful for our listeners. And also, dadgum, this podcast has kept me going and through some dark times. So yeah.
Me too. And I want to thank Mike for not cancelling us yet.
Yet.
Mr. Overlord has decided not to cancel this podcast yet. Thanks, Mike.
I will. Yes, thank you, Mike. Who knows what will happen after 49? But we do have some great things in store for those episodes, so definitely stick around. But stick around anyway, because we're just fun people.
Yeah, we're just gonna chew the fat for the next few episodes. Do some light ones before we get into the heavy stuff of 49 and 50, where we've got some great plans.
As we reach middle age.
We're already there, I'm afraid. We're at the point now.
Time.
Yeah, we're at the point now where I'm going to start buying Ferraris with the tops down.
What do women do in middle age? I don't know what they do.
Menopause, right?
Oh gosh. Oh, terrifying prospect on all those.
Yeah, can we not have you getting menopausal on this episode at all? Thank you. And I'll definitely not drive my Ferrari with the Lambo tunes on like Cliffy B.
Oh, good old Cliffy B.
Yeah, I had to make a Lambo tunes reference in there somewhere, didn't I?
Absolutely. Oh gosh. But that doesn't exactly segue in, but I'm going to pretend like it does by the tone of my voice. The news.
Well, speeding on right through to the news in that Lambo.
Oh, that was good.
There you go. I recovered it, just about.
There you go. Win!
Oh, God.
We're very tired, listeners. We're very tired.
Yeah, so, shall we talk about something that put me to sleep?
Yes, because it did me as well.
Gamescom, opening night.
Oh, yes. And it's Gamescom, but we're both going to end up calling it Gamescom, so who cares?
No, it is Gamescom, you fool. It's not Gamescom. You've ruined yourself already.
I was going to warn the listeners that I call it Gamescom, and then I just, for whatever reason, reversed it. So there you go. I always and forever have called it Gamescom for years. So if I slip up and say that, I am aware.
Yeah.
Just, yeah.
Uh, We'll
But
just
yes,
we'll
it
just
was
blame Kylie
wonderful.
and an Americanism and thinking she's always right.
I am always right.
Point proven.
Uh,
So we'll go into this. So
yeah,
Gamescom opening night, hosted by Geoff Keighley, Mr. Industry shill himself.
yeah.
Come at me, I don't like Geoff Keighley. I think he's just
Oh,
become a bit of a mouthpiece for
yeah.
the industry now, and he once he was once cool, like China.
Uh, 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 oh, that stunned me into gaping silence.
Yeah, well, it's for those, yeah, it was a Simpsons reference. What
Oh
happened to you,
gosh.
China? You used to be cool.
Ooh. But
Yeah,
that is honestly that's very true. Like I don't know, the shine's kind of wearing off of him for me, and
yeah,
I it might be the shieldness. I'm not sure. I'm not sure,
yeah.
but something is very there's a kind of fakeness now
I
around his
agree.
account that I
Yeah,
don't
just
like it.
look at Summer
Yeah.
Games Fest. That whole thing's just been a
Yeah.
joke.
Yes.
So,
That's mostly what. Yeah.
so yeah, this was
Pointing at.
this is nearly 3 hours worth of my life that I want back and will never get back. So thanks, Jeff. Thanks, Jeff.
Ooh.
So
Yeah.
we're gonna
Yeah.
shall we? We'll talk about a couple of things that obviously were tentpole things within this, and then we'll go through the full list.
Right.
So 7 minutes worth of Ratchet and Clank ripped apart gameplay that was unbroken, uncut,
Right.
that was exactly the same from the PlayStation Showcase.
Yes.
Just no
Yep.
cuts, no edits, no nothing.
Yep. And believe me, it took, I don't even want to say it took a full 3 minutes in. Nah, probably about a minute and a half. And I went, this is familiar.
Yeah,
This
it
is
was the
really
same with me.
familiar. Wait a minute.
Hold on a
Yeah.
second.
Hold on a second.
So,
Yeah, it was, yeah. Just very disappointed in that because I'm very excited for Ratchet and Clank. It's one of the ones that I'm very much looking forward to.
yeah,
But that was disappointing.
it was, but at least did come with an announcement at the end of it that this is basically a launch window game.
Mhm.
Yeah, key thing
Right.
is that launch window,
Interesting.
not launch day.
Yeah, I love the new terms they come up with every year.
No, this has been a term for loads of
Has
generations now. Yeah,
Oh, really?
yeah.
Okay. That it's never stuck out until this year. Probably have never paid attention as much as I have this year.
I've
Um,
paid attention to a lot of console generations over the years, so this has been a term that has been bandied around as the first
mm,
12 months up to 12 months is the launch
really?
window. Most consider it
Oh,
about
that's
6 months.
terrible. Yeah, I would if it were me, and it's not. If it were me, it would be like maybe 3 months.
Yeah, I'd agree. I'd go with
Yeah.
6 months tops.
I think yeah, 6 months would be pushing it because by then you've already got like your PS Slim or whatever out, or your Xbox Turbo.
What?
That'd be great.
An
Xbox Turbo.
Xbox Turbo.
Yeah.
Wow. Can you work at Microsoft because you have
I
terrible
think
names like they do?
think that would be awesome. We should bring back just the word turbo. Like we don't that was so 90s.
Yeah, because he had
Oh,
it in
it really
in Street
was.
Fighter 2
Yep.
Turbo. You know the turbo buttons on on
The
third
turbo
party
buttons.
controllers.
Like every speed game was called blah blah turbo.
Yep.
Oh man, I miss the X games of the 90s.
Yeah, the old turbo times.
Oh, turbo.
So
Uh,
what did you think of this? Obviously, it was the same as what we've already seen, but how was it seeing not cut up?
I mean, uh, I'm trying because I want Ratchet and Clank to do so well.
Yeah,
So, but I mean, it didn't matter. Like, it didn't. I already saw it. I mean, yeah, it was cut up, but
you got the
even
general
seeing it
feel of it.
smooth. That's it, really. Once I saw them, going through the rifts, in the and when we watched it in the PlayStation Showcase.
Yep.
I got the gist of the riffs, and I loved it.
Yeah.
Seeing it again did make me just say, yeah, I still really want this game, but
Yeah.
I kind of wanted something new, you
Yeah,
know?
I agree. Actually, one of the things that I saw in there that I really liked was obviously the unbroken shot of them actually pulling part of
Hmm.
the stage towards
Yes,
them, and I thought
yes.
that's a really really good idea. Obviously,
Hmm.
playing off that whole SSD and all that sort of thing,
Yeah,
it's going to be a powerhouse game for sure in that respect
yeah,
because I think it will definitely utilize what most developers won't actually use in that SSD,
yeah.
and that's
I
usually
agree.
what
100%.
launch games or launch window games generally tend to do. Because you saw a lot of games on the PlayStation 4 using the touchpad to start, and then they stopped using it.
Right, right. Oh gosh, yeah, and that actually happened with the a couple of things in the Xbone early days. You would see these things that they touted in the showcases or whatever, and
Yeah.
oh, it's so cool, and then you never hear from it again. You
What
just,
what you mean microtransactions in
oh,
Rise Son of Rome?
oh, oh gosh, don't even that game. See, all
Trash.
right, here's tangent one. The thing with Rise, Son of Rome is it came out just at the time that I was actually writing a historical fiction book on Rome.
Oh god.
And I freaking was so excited because I was like, oh, this crap that I've been researching for months and was actually it was over a year.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be able to see it and like all these terms that I learned that I could not tell you right now.
Yeah.
And so I got really excited and then it turns out to be just a quick time and then microtransactions and then the graphics weren't even that great. Oh, it's like that's just I was so disappointed.
And I remember
So
watching a
disappointed.
playthrough of the first couple of hours, and even that was hard to watch, let alone play.
Yeah. Yes, yes.
So,
Uh, yeah.
but
That's I don't know how we got onto that, but yes.
because we mentioned about things that the console were doing like in the early
Ah, yes.
days, yeah. So I'm going to move on from Ratchet because
Yeah.
as excited as you are
What
for
more
that,
can be said?
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll move on to obviously you having a fangirl moment for a few minutes. Doom
For a second.
Eternal's DLC, The Ancient Gods Part 1.
Yes. This made me very happy, like I said, for a few seconds, because it made me happy when the Doom uh, site announced it, and
Yeah.
then Bethesda confirmed it. Um, that the trailer would be dropping. That was
Yep.
exciting, but I already had all the details. But it also made me happy because it was standalone DLC, which is like my favorite.
That's
Um,
so rare, but it's a
it
Bethesda thing for
is.
sure.
Yes, as I said last week, and I will say forever, it was like New Vegas. But
Yeah.
I really love that it's part one because that means there's definitely going to be a follow up to it, which means Bethesda's not going to let this just die off, which I'm very happy about
Did Doom
because I do very much.
2016 have any story campaign DLC?
I don't remember there being any campaign DLC, but I could be. No, I don't think there is.
Okay.
Please, listeners, correct me if I'm wrong, but I just played through that again last year, um, and I don't remember there being story DLC.
Okay.
Um,
I didn't think
yeah,
so. I
so
was pretty sure of that.
I'm pretty confident in saying that there isn't, or wasn't and isn't. But this one, Doom Eternal, oh, I'm very excited. I'm very excited.
Yeah, it does look really interesting actually. As a game that I've not played, this might be a reason for me to pick this up because
Hmm.
being standalone, I could just play this on its own.
Yeah,
That sounds cool
yeah.
to me. And then if obviously I like Doom Eternal, I could go back and pick up the game when it's cheaper.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah, which the price is already dropping.
yeah, it is. I saw
Which,
it in CEX
yeah,
yesterday. I think it was about £18.
yeah, yep. A lot of people gonna be getting that for Christmas.
Yeah,
So a lot of parents out there are gonna be like, "Oh, this looks good. It's under 20. I'll buy it."
but it's an 18
But
rated game, and you know,
they don't know. They
no,
don't
they
know. They
don't.
never pay attention.
They don't care.
Yeah. No, no, no. My mom used to buy me Christian Bible games at a Christian bookstore.
Brilliant.
So when you see those like YouTube like did you know gaming and all those kind of rehashes of the old Christian games, yeah, I
Yeah.
had those.
Oh, of
I
course
had
you
the real
did.
ones. Oh,
They are
yeah.
actually those games are hilarious as well.
Gosh. No,
They
that's a
barely
different
pass as
tangent.
games. They barely pass as
They
games.
do, except for there's this one that has three different games on it. One is Noah's Ark, where you put all the animals in the ark. That was kind of fun in a weird way. But remember, I'm like a toddler playing these.
Yeah.
I don't. In the second one, you have to jump up a bunch of rocks. I think you're like, yeah, you must be David and have the throwy thing, where you throw rocks at things.
You mean the slingshot?
Um, that thing. And then the third one, you're playing this lady girl thing, in I assume Egypt, and I think it must be baby Moses then if that's Egypt, and you got to carry him on your head, and you take him to the end of the world. That's the hardest. I could not get past that. I just remember being like, this is hard. This is really hard, and I don't think that's fair. I don't think Jesus would want this game to be that hard.
I don't think he would. But it also sounds like the Die Hard trilogy
Yeah.
of Bible games.
Oh gosh. Oh my gosh. That's what their tagline should be.
Oh, that
This
would
is
be
the
really
Tagline
bad.
trilogy of Bible games.
So what? Really bad?
Yeah, exactly. And
Yeah.
then put fake Bruce Willis on the front.
Oh, not that again.
And then sell it with the Bruce Willis energy drink. There, I did it. Brought it back around.
Okay, moving on. We're actually going to go through a lot of the announcements of this particular event, and we're going to give our
Yeah.
comments on whether or not we cared.
I predict not at all. But go
Okay.
ahead.
So the first thing that was shown, Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Yeah.
I apologise to any COD fan out there that we're giving this a short end of the deal, but the reasoning is Activision.
Yeah.
No,
That's gonna come. Yeah.
it will. It will
Yeah.
a lot. Their practice of selling the next gen versions is a bit asinine. Let's be honest.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
I'm skipping over this one. I have no interest in COD. I have no interest in lining
I used
Activision
to.
pockets anymore.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next thing was Unknown 9 Awakening.
It didn't do anything for me. But I knew a lot of people were excited about it, but no, it's
Yeah,
nothing.
I've heard a lot of people talking about it, and I could see
Yeah.
why. It's not for me,
Yeah.
to be honest.
Yeah.
So,
I just don't think, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. It's cool. The diversity's cool, but I mean, still doesn't look great.
yeah, agreed. Next thing was Doom Eternal, the Ancient Ones DLC, which
Yeah.
obviously we've spoken about, but we didn't say it's out October 20th, 2020.
Yeah.
Good.
Woohoo!
Next was the thing that proverbially nearly melted our Discord. Because a lot of
Yes.
people thought it was Mass Effect for some strange reason.
Yes.
Turns out it was Dragon Age 4 first look trailer, which
Yes.
it was all concept footage.
Yeah. I had mentioned to Pete off air that I have a huge Dragon Age fan currently staying with me.
Hmm.
And they went nuts, like absolutely crazy. And I didn't want to, quell their fire. Literally no pun intended in that.
Yeah, I don't want to rain on your parade.
And I didn't want to, I didn't want to, interfere. I love it when fans are happy. I
Yeah,
really
me too.
do. For me, I mean, I enjoy Dragon Age, but I'm not, obsessed with it to that level that the fandom, seems to
Sure.
be. So, it's nice. It looked cool. It was a cool idea, but yeah.
Yeah, I just can't get on board with something that's just concept footage at the moment. I mean, they've
Yeah.
been working on the game a fair while. You'd think
Yes.
they'd have a little bit more than a bit of concept footage. You'd think they might have an actual teaser trailer.
Right. Yeah.
That supposed teaser trailer that was supposed to be at BlizzCon last year that never got
Yeah.
shown. It's probably not
Oof.
even going to be shown at BlizzCon this year either.
I'm here to tell you again with a rabid fandom member around me.
Yeah.
Um, they were not happy about that at all.
Oh, of course they weren't.
So, yeah, but they were very happy with this. So,
Fair enough.
good for the fans.
Okay, so the next thing. What the hell was this? Surgeon Simulator 2? Really?
Okay, now I did want to talk about Surgeon Simulator. Okay. I hate playing Surgeon Simulator. I hate it,
Yeah.
despise it. I love watching Let's Players.
They are hilarious.
And they're hilarious, and I've said it before. Danny O'Dwyer, who I've mentioned before,
Yeah.
he does probably the funniest Surgeon Simulator. Yeah, I almost said Surgeon Stimulator. Surgeon Simulator I've ever seen. It's a Let's Play, and it's great. I can only assume that that's why they did it too.
I guess so, yeah, because they've clearly got enough
'Cause
enough fans behind them to warrant a second one because of all these Let's Players, I guess.
I guess, because it's not a fun game to play.
No.
It's a fun game to have people watch you play.
Yeah, I watched a few Let's Plays of this, and I can't remember the one that I watched specifically, but it was absolutely hilarious. I'll have to go back and try and find it, because it was just pure genius.
Yes. Oh, just yeah. But I mean, so maybe that's what this is. It's for the Let's Players.
I guess so, yeah, and that's fair enough. Like that'll be the one that doesn't sell very well, but clearly like people love watching, so it'll get trending on like YouTube and stuff like that for some reason.
Exactly.
So
yeah, exactly.
Bit of free publicity for them can't hurt.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Another. What the hell was this? What the hell? Like, I'm actually genuinely concerned by this. Bridge Constructor, The Walking Dead.
I was very confused by this one.
You're telling me it was a live action trailer. What the hell?
That was my literal. I've just reenacted my actual live action reaction to that because I don't understand. I'm not a big fan of Bridge Constructor, which I know it has a fandom.
It does, yeah.
Which is weird, but okay.
It's baffling, but fair enough. Each their own.
Yeah. I don't understand where The Walking Dead comes into play. Like, are they a shared does the people that own or the people that devved Bridge Constructor have like a stock in The Walking Dead AMC or something? It's like, how did that come together? So,
I have no idea, but maybe it was because obviously they were shopping licenses around for The Walking Dead after obviously Telltale
right.
had it. Maybe AMC were like, all right, let's go to Bridge Constructor.
Okay.
Can't ever imagine a situation where everyone sits down and says, Walking Dead Bridge Simulator. Wow!
The only thing I can figure is maybe a Walking Dead exec, their kid, like, played Bridge Constructor and was like, yeah, like, ooh, I like this game. Let's slap our property into it. Maybe.
Yeah, but then
that's a weird one.
Does it not increase the age rating from a 3+ game to an 18+ game?
Well, see, that's the thing. I'm like, that's the whole deal. Like, I'm trying to picture it in my head. Like, how are they? I don't understand. I don't understand.
No, this was so confusing to me.
It's very confusing.
Okay. Well, another really confusing thing. Who asked? I mean, I'm sure there was someone out there, but who asked for Max and Sam to be rebooted in VR?
VR.
What?
Oh, that is interesting. There. Okay, so what? Here's the thing.
Or
Here's
Sam
the
and
thing.
Max, sorry, I forgot. Yeah,
Yeah, I knew who you. Yeah.
yeah,
Uh, I I know a person that is extremely like a huge fan of that whole all of the Sam and Max and
yeah,
just that whole genre.
yeah,
I guess it was LucasArts, I
yeah.
think.
It's yeah, LucasArts
Um,
games. So, I mean, they were charming.
right. Um, so I get the re-release as in it has they can make money from that. Putting it in VR, that's a
Oh
weird point and click game as
no,
VR.
I think it's a perfect choice, but this isn't a re-release. This is a reboot. This is a brand new game.
Right, right.
Yeah,
That's gonna be weird.
I think they probably
That's,
what they should have done is tested the waters first by putting the old games onto VR to see how they work first
yeah,
and see what the
and
reception was, and then go from there. But I don't know. Maybe they already did it.
maybe I just look. We're in look, listeners. We're in the year 2020. Nothing makes sense anymore.
No, and
So just go with it.
to be honest, I'm looking at this image and I can't remember who is who,
Yeah,
but the image of someone with VR goggles on their head, and it's kind of creeping me out a little bit.
it's weird. It's weird. Yeah, it's
Hmm.
2020. I know that's coming out in 2021, but
Yeah,
it's a
but
weird,
still, yeah.
weird time. Yeah, I can't wait till we all wake up from our concussions.
Oh, please let this all be a dream.
Please,
Yeah,
please.
and it like let this be a dream, and it's back at February when it was my birthday, and we're just like, and it's like, oh, this was actually not really happening. This is just me being drunk.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Oh gosh, yes.
Yeah. So the next was World of Warcraft Shadowlands, and they announced the release date of October 27th.
Yeah, not a big surprise. I almost said Bethesda. Blizzard, they are always releasing new expansions
Yep.
for World of Warcraft, and so expect. And here's the thing: the World of Warcraft folks, they can predict those expansions. It's crazy because
Yeah,
they know the lore so well.
they come out every
Yeah.
good couple of years, and they're always
Hmm.
absolutely bang on with that. Like, I think the one that one of my friends at the time predicted was Wrath of the Lich King.
Right, right. That was a huge one. People were absolutely like they knew it was coming, and then just absolutely adore it. Got a lot of people actually into the franchise.
Yeah.
So well, it's not a franchise so much as just in the title.
Mhm.
Um, so that's cool. I don't see it being that big, this one.
I do. If
I
the
think
trailer
it's
was nearly 7 minutes
well,
long, then it's got to be
there
pretty massive.
I will say this, and this is through Overwatch and just all of them, all of their properties. Blizzard makes the best animated trailers.
Yeah, this was
Um,
brilliant again.
God, stunning. And then that's the thing, like, um, there was, I never followed up on it because it's not my biggest interest, but there
Yeah.
was going to be an animated World of Warcraft movie released. Maybe it got released, maybe not. I can't say.
No, they
I
released
was following
that
up about it.
really terrible Warcraft movie instead.
Oh, okay. Well,
That one that took them like 6 odd years to make.
right. And well, see, they should just stick to their animation team, whoever they've got, because they're just amazing.
Yeah.
Just do that. God, they've got some just really stunning
I'm looking at this.
trailers.
Yeah, I'm looking at the still from the YouTube thumbnail, and oh my god, that is
Yeah.
really impressive design on the human character.
It's crazy to me because I'll see the trailers and love them and think they're just amazing, and I'm ready to get on board. And then I'll load up, whichever property it is.
Yeah,
In this one, I guess Warcraft. But it's been Overwatch and
yeah,
Diablo or whatever, and it's like that's not what you're playing, you
yeah. Of
know.
course.
But I mean, that's what happens with MMORPGs, you know.
Mm,
They've got to be scalable. But
I agree,
the
and
trailers can't fault them.
yeah, it can't fault them at all. It's just not my kind of game. I can't get
No.
into MMOs because I haven't got the time to be able to waste my life. Um,
I, and I'm too solitary, so
yeah, exactly. So that's not going to work for you.
no, I'm not gonna play Fallout 76 ever in my life.
But there's a reason why you should never play Fallout 76
Uh,
anyway.
there's 76 reasons. There's more than that, but
I would
that
have
was a
said
name.
it would be like 99, 96 quite bitter beings, so well, it works on that game.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh.
CKY references for the win.
Mhm.
Yes.
Ah,
Moving on. Warhammer Age of Sigmar Stormground was revealed. Strategy game
yeah.
from Gasket Games and oh god, Focus Home. Moving on. Yeah, I'm not talking about
Built-in
this then because
fandom.
of Focus Home.
Yeah. Yeah. I was gonna say they've got a built-in audience. They don't have to do much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. Crash Bandicoot, It's About Time. Flashback tapes revealed. So this is basically showing that there's going to be some hidden levels that are old levels from the older games.
Yeah, which is good, but again, not
Uh,
what?
they copied Streets of Rage on this one.
Oh, really?
Streets of Rage 4 has 4 classic stages in there that you have to unlock
Oh,
within the stages,
yeah.
and they're great.
True. Yeah. Um, well, I mean, but here's the thing with I felt anyway with Crash Bandicoot, there wasn't a lot of new stuff. But I also don't need to be shown any more new stuff
Yeah,
for Crash Bandicoot. I'm going to get it. You
yes,
know?
so will I, but not brand new.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yes, that's right. We did discuss this. I
Yeah, but
think that's a
we
brilliant
discussed it
strategy.
off. We discussed it off air,
Yes.
but I'll tell you now, I won't buy them brand new because I don't support Activision. So I will give my money to CEX instead of Activision on a used copy.
Yeah, which I think is pretty cool. So you get to still play the game.
Yeah, and I'm going. I had a thing this week where I was asking you, should I buy Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and
Yes.
2? And I went, oh, wait, it's Activision. No!
Right. And I'm like, you're gonna buy it anyway, so blah blah blah. And you're like, nope.
I'll wait until it
All
drops in
right.
price and I can get it elsewhere
Yep.
for pre-owned so I don't have to support them at all. Because I've noticed something actually about this.
Hmm.
Uh, Geoff Keighley likes to shill for
Uh-huh.
Activision Blizzard a lot. There's a lot of
Yeah,
Activision Blizzard on this.
there's a there is a lot, which is weird for many
Yeah,
reasons. Yeah.
I know, it's so weird. Anyway, we'll run through some of these pretty quickly now because,
Yeah.
Outriders new cinematic trailer revealed. No.
Yeah.
New trailer for Necromunda Underhive Wars. Whatever. Not sure what the heck that even was.
Yeah.
Tuxedo Games Teardown got a new gameplay trailer. Looks kind of nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
This one got a lot of people excited. Little Nightmares 2 gameplay was revealed.
Yeah. Which is it's good that there's gameplay because I think that was one of my complaints with the previous showcase was that it didn't show any gameplay or something.
Yeah,
So
good.
that's cool.
Yeah, I'm happy for the Little Nightmares fans who got what they wanted.
Yeah.
I might have to go back and play Little Nightmares 1 first.
Yeah. It's not one of my favorites, but you're a platformer, so
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
Right. WWE 2K Battlegrounds gameplay trailer reveals commentator. What?
Yeah.
Oh, look, Jerry the King Lawler's in the game. Oh, who cares? Look,
Well.
I know there's
Again,
one person on the Rapid Reviews UK team who's actually excited about that game, and I don't know why, because it looks horrible.
well,
Sorry, Mike.
that last one was horrible. The one they
2K20.
released before this. Yeah. Oof. Comparatively, I mean, like because I think it was 19 or 18. One of them was really good, and then it just
18, I
dropped.
believe.
Okay, I think it was 18. It
I think
was
that was the
really, really
last.
good.
Yeah, there's a reason behind that because the company that
Yeah.
worked on a lot of those games, along with 2K, was Ukes, and
Hmm.
Ukes had been making
Yes.
WWE games for years. They go as far back as like the PS2, like SmackDown versus
Hmm.
Raws and SmackDown Here Comes the Pain and stuff like that, and all the good WWE games basically.
Right.
But then they were hamstrung by the fact that they wanted to make it more simulation
Hmm.
and they made it more realistic, and that's not
Uh-huh.
what wrestling was all about. It's over the top, it's campy, it's stupid,
Yeah.
and that's how the game should be represented.
Yep. Absolutely. I think that was one of the earlier games that we ever spoke about when we started this
I
podcast,
think we
actually.
did, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
because it
I'm
was an
glad
utter glitch
for
fest. That's why.
yes.
I went back and I was
um,
actually looking at the descriptions the other day because we were because I was uploading them all to YouTube and I saw that
um,
again and I went, oh yeah.
um, but it's another one that has built-in fans already. Probably I'm not going to bring anyone new on board, but they don't
Mm,
have to. So
yeah, of course.
yeah.
Alright, next up was Star Wars Squadrons campaign gameplay. Oh,
Yeah.
such a revelation showing that Princess Leia and a TIE fighter are attacking an enemy outpost. God,
um,
seriously, Star Wars games, give up.
I yeah. I mean, I hate to say it, but they're not bringing anything new at all to the
Yeah,
table. Not they can't. There's just isn't anything new, you know.
for
So
sure.
yeah.
Wow, there was a lot more announced than I remember there being. Oh, bloody hell. Right, okay, right. This one got people excited. Not sure why.
Hmm.
12 minutes. Psychological thriller game. The only reason this got
Right.
people excited was because of the voice cast of
Hmm.
James McAvoy, Daisy Ridley, and Willem Dafoe.
Right.
Do I care? Absolutely not.
I mean, I love William Defoe as we've mentioned before, but enough to buy a game? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
No,
I don't
this
know.
this smells like, oh look, we've got an indie game here. Let's get a couple of big name people in here to make it
Hmm.
actually accessible to people who don't care. I bet
Right.
I'll put the money on it down now. The game's gonna suck because people are
I
focused too
I
heavily on these
yeah.
people involved, not the actual game itself.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I
I'm
would
moving
have to
on
agree
because I
with you
don't
there.
care.
Yes.
New expansion for Warframe called Heart of Deimos.
Yeah. That's a thing
What is it?
that exists.
Launched earlier this week, so not even brand new.
Wow.
Well
Oh,
done.
games.
Override 2 Super Mech League. Okay.
Yeah. Again, that wasn't like a surprise. That wasn't a debut type thing. You know what I mean? That was,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's nothing.
Well,
Eh.
this was also holiday 2020 launch window for PS4, Xbox One, PC, PS5, Series X. Cross-generational game,
Right.
so fair enough.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that mecha fish is really like creeping the heck out of me right now, so I'm moving on.
Right.
I know a couple of people on our Discord who are quite happy about this one. Once again, it's another Star Wars related thing, so no interest from me at all.
Mhm.
The Sims 4 Journey to Batu expansion.
Yeah.
I bet being The Sims and EA, this is probably going to cost about 30 quid.
Probably. Yeah, like I've long been a Sims fan, like way long. My older brother said it's you're just playing virtual Barbies, which I always took offense at because I never played real Barbies. But I love The Sims. But last year when they did that whole I think it was in Steam where they added up all the expansions
Yeah.
plus the game and it was ridiculous.
hmm
Just the shine started to come off of it for me. It's
Yeah, and
just
the
like
fact that they were selling
mhm.
DLCs to DLCs as well.
Yeah, yeah. I just that
Stupid.
really just Yeah, it is. Someone make an open source version. I'll play that.
If someone made an open source Sims 1 and 2, I'd gladly go and download that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that series has gone well downhill, and I know
it
there are
has.
it has its fans, but jeez, that once used to be one of the greatest properties like
Oh,
for casual gamers, but has now ruined that.
just yep, yep.
Gotta
Mm,
love the classic EA greediness.
exactly.
Mafia Definitive Edition story trailer revealed. Wow, like we
Well,
didn't already know the story of Mafia
right.
because it's not a game that's
Um,
already been out before.
I mean, it is a remaster that's being done, so
I know that,
but it does look really
but
gorgeous.
yeah, it does look really good.
I can't wait.
But why
But
show?
not. I mean,
That's what I mean. I'm showing a story
yeah,
trailer for a game that's been out for 15 odd years.
yeah,
What is
exactly.
wrong with you?
Yeah,
I don't
that's just
know.
a weird one.
I don't
Yeah.
know. They should have just showed in motion gameplay of it, like a certain section, and had it sort of
Hmm.
do like what Digital Foundry do and cross section it with the
Yes.
original game and
Yes.
actually show the differences.
Yes. And if you had asked me to guess what they were gonna do, that's what I thought they would have done.
That's
But
what they should have done because it's the most
yeah.
obvious thing to do.
Yeah.
Don't know that.
Absolutely.
I think someone needs to sack the marketing division. Whoever is it? 2K Games that are publishing this?
It's yep.
Yeah, sack them. Sack them. Right. Are you alright there?
Yeah. I'm just
I know.
Gamescom.
I
So
know. Yeah.
there's like nothing.
Yep. Well, this is even
I'm
more.
trying to. I know I'm trying to tap anything that I can say about any of these games, and I have nothing.
Exactly. And
Nothing.
I'm even trying to sound infused by the announcements, but I can't. I just can't.
I know.
Until we
We're
get to
fading away here.
quite towards the end, actually. That's the only difference.
Right.
Next up
Yeah.
was Lemnis Gate, a first-person shooter meets turn-based strategy game for PS4, Xbox One, and PC. 2021 launch.
I hate
Interesting.
turn-based strategy.
Interesting choice, though.
Mm-hmm.
What, first-person shooter and turn-based strategy?
Yeah, that's a weird one.
Yeah, exactly. That's a really weird choice, but could be interesting. We'll
Mm.
have to have a look. Oh my god, that is horrible as well. I'll get onto that in a minute because TT Games announced that Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga has been delayed.
Yeah,
Sorry, did
I
anyone not see that coming?
of course. Yeah, and it's probably a good thing, but eh.
Look, just look.
Lego Star Wars is a good
I like Lego
time
Star
pass.
Wars. I love
Yeah,
them. I
it's
think they're
just fun.
great, but to be honest, I don't want to have to relive The Last Jedi and The Rise of Skywalker in game format. I don't want to do it. I don't even want to watch the movies.
Yeah, I get that. I do because I'm now thinking about the whole Lego Star Wars that's available right now.
Yeah.
Um, yeah,
I'll
you're
just go
right.
back and play the original trilogy.
Exactly. That one is great.
It's
And then
fantastic. And then, I mean, the prequel ones were pretty good as well, even though the story was rubbish to them.
yeah, like I didn't enjoy those as much. But as far as like being games, they were still good. I mean, it's
Yeah,
a
they
Lego game.
were.
I like Lego games. I really do.
Yeah,
Um,
they're a fun.
the Indiana Jones.
Yeah, they're just fun. They're just nice,
Yeah.
pick up and play fun games. And there's nothing wrong with
Yes.
them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't want to go and pick up Skywalker Saga because
Yeah.
it's bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the game that I got creeped out by because the image on YouTube's thumbnail was also quite disgusting.
Right.
Struggling. Launch trailer shown. Physics-based co-op platformer.
Yeah. So I'm kind of thinking that you might actually like that.
Co-op
Um,
platformer. Need a friend.
yeah. Exactly. So that might be something we could do.
Might have a
You know,
look. Yeah, have to have a look.
future. Yeah.
When it comes out, we'll have a
But
look at it.
yeah, I mean, I think it's like probably very similar to what's that one where you climb up all those people like
Where you climb up a
something with
Shadow of the Colossus.
no the the more indie one, it's like your friends like throw
Mount Your
your friends
Friends.
or something. That's it.
That's
Uh,
hilarious. That game is utterly hilarious.
oh, that's a great party game. Absolutely.
Just have
It
a few drinks and
almost.
play it. Honestly, it's one of the most
Oh
fun
yeah,
times you'll have. It's all physics based and it's really funny.
really good. So this struggling kind of looks like that mixed with Earthworm Jim, which I love.
Okay.
Absolutely adore the game. So might be fun. God, it really does look like Earthworm Jim.
Yeah, it really does.
Saw another shot that I don't actually remember from the
Yeah.
trailer, but
Uh,
anyway.
I'm gonna skip. Well, I'm not gonna skip them. I'm just gonna talk very, very briefly about the
Mhm,
next two. First, chorus gameplay revealed. This one was showing impressive ray tracing graphics, which fine,
mhm.
okay, cool. Um,
Okay.
the next one, I've not even played. Don't even care, and it's one of
Mm-hmm.
these popular games again that's taken the world by storm that I just have no interest in. Fall Guys Season 2 announced, got no
Oh
interest.
yeah.
Moving the
Come
hell
on.
on.
Yeah,
What
sorry guys. I know that's a big deal right now, but no.
the funny thing is though, Fall Guys should be right up my alley because it's a platformer.
Oh
It
yeah.
should be. I have
Yeah.
no interest. I don't care.
No,
It's basically
I
battle
don't.
royale platforming, and it's
It
no fun to me.
is exactly it. Mm-hmm.
Just give me
No.
Tetris 99 any day for battle royales. I'm happy. Oh, I saw. Oh my god, I saw on the Switch's UI the other day that I've put 105 hours into that game.
Wow.
I know. I know.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Um, Age of Empires 3 Definitive Edition.
Oh, for
15th
no.
of October launch on PC via Steam
Mhm.
and the Microsoft Store.
Right.
Age of Empires 3 was great, but
Yeah.
it's a game of its time.
Most.
I'm not sure
Yes.
it's gonna age too well, especially considering we've had a lot more RTS games that are a lot better.
Yep. I agree.
Wastelanders 3 Liberty character trailer revealed.
Yeah.
Wastelanders 3 has apparently got a lot of people interested.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. God,
Yeah,
I
okay.
am interested. I am, but ooh, it's
Mm,
it's deep silver. So,
yeah, okay, I could get that.
yeah. So I don't know. I don't know.
Okay,
Fingers
I'm
crossed. Hopefully,
I'll
be good.
right. I'm looking at something with the YouTube thumbnail here that's on this article. The graphic
Hmm.
style of this game looks really bad.
It does. Well, see that. Okay. I was
Not
trying to avoid talking
yeah,
about it, but it does compared to some of their other stuff. I mean, they did like. I mean, I know Deep Silver is the publisher, but I mean, they did Metro, they did
yeah,
Saints Row, which even if you don't like Saints Row, for its time, was beautiful
yeah. I
graphically.
agree.
It was. And of course, I'm talking about Saints Row like 3 and 4, 2, 3, and 4,
Look, like
because
one
one is
is
terrible.
no. One, I'll
Graphically speaking, it's
okay.
terrible.
Look, I'll give credit where credit is due. In one, it had some amazing online modes that actually never came into the second one, which I was really disappointed about.
Right.
But
Um, and full disclosure, I did write an entire, huge, gigantic takedown of them for another location,
nice.
uh, because uh, because of the overpriced like special edition games and controversial
Mm.
special edition games, which, as you know, they released the
Ooh.
statuette of the mutilated female torso for Dead Island.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah,
Um, but that will come. I could talk about that a little bit more actually
I
to do
know.
with
We need to do that one day. Yes.
collector's editions. There was a bit of a controversy about a massive collector's edition in UK now. I can't remember the game that it was, but apparently won't even include a physical copy of the game, just a digital code.
Oh yeah,
Just
yeah.
absolute
That was
horse
massive.
crap.
And then of course, the Fallout 76 special edition, and then the Fallout 4 special editions, which were terrible. Not worth it.
What you mean the trash bag?
Mm-hmm. That's exactly what I mean. Oh my gosh. So maybe a future topic will be overpriced not DLC, but
Collector's
special
edition.
editions.
Yeah,
Yeah, collector's edition and special
okay. So
editions. Yeah.
I didn't move. I said something about bad graphics.
Hmm.
Wasteland 3, you thought I was talking about. No, I was not.
Oh,
I was
okay.
talking about the weird choice to decide to bring Medal of Honor back to VR. And God, that game looks
Oh,
hideous.
yes, yes.
If you're looking at the
Oh,
image, look at that person. That is, oh my goodness.
yeah. I'm very confused. Very confused about um why they're doing this. Why are they putting games in VR now? Like games that exist. You know what I mean? Why aren't they making games for VR? Does that make sense?
Why are they bringing back old properties for VR, basically?
Right.
Yeah, I don't
Yes.
know why. It's weird.
It's terrible.
Okay, I'm going to briefly talk about this one. Spellbreak has been announced. Release date got announced. PS4, PC, Xbox One, Switch, cross-play across all, and launches September 3rd.
Yeah,
It's
I
a
mean,
magic-based battle royale game.
yeah, beautiful graphics, but it's a survival game, not my thing.
Yeah.
Not my thing at all.
The next game I'm not talking about at all because I want to wind
Hmm.
someone up. So let's move on. Sorry, CD. No. I'm going to talk about it. Terrican Anthology is in development with Factor 5, and I know he was
Yeah.
absolutely pumped for this.
Hmm.
So
Absolutely.
fair enough. I don't know much about Turrican, so I can't talk about this too much.
Right?
Hey, what an excuse for me to go and back and play them.
There you go. Yes. Because it's good. It's good. It's a good game. It's worth trying. It's worth checking out.
Yeah, I've heard
Uh,
a lot of people talking about it. Obviously, CD did. You did beforehand, and you know what?
yeah.
I'm interested. I'll go and get it. I'll give it a try.
It's very nostalgia inducing just on it, even just on its own. So
Awesome.
it's just that time of uh, what are they? Scrollers.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Okay.
Love it.
So,
Love it.
any any press event or anything like this couldn't go amiss without at least some Destiny. It's like for some reason Destiny gets into everything somehow.
It does, and I'm so over Destiny. I'm sorry. It's not my
Yeah.
thing.
Look, to be honest with you, I think had Bungie stayed with Activision, I think this game would have gone
Hmm.
free to play by now.
Yeah, because if you think back to the very, very original release, that was the huge, like, I hate to say rumors, because it was almost virtually confirmed that that's exactly what it was going to do.
Yeah.
And then it didn't.
No, well, they talked about it being a 10-year project, didn't they? So,
Hmm.
Bungie,
Yeah.
so... funny that, because 343 now want to do a 10-year project with Halo, and they took over
Hmm.
from Bungie, and they're...
Yeah, we'll talk about that because that's coming up.
Yeah, just a teaser.
uh,
Just a teaser.
yeah, that's our teaser.
I mean, I could have just... No, I'm not even going to do that. I could have said something a lot more controversial than that.
Oh, goodness. No, that
So,
does not surprise me.
yeah, Destiny 2 Beyond Light element stasis shown. I don't even know what that means, so I'm going to move to the very last
Yeah.
thing, which we've already spoken about. Ratchet and Clank Rift
Yep.
Apart PS5 gameplay trailer. So we're done.
Yeah,
Gamescom is not
that
done
was our.
because... Yeah.
I was gonna say that was our journalistic integrity, or yeah, our responsibility, our journalistic responsibility to report on the news. Ugh.
Yep. So, right. Gamescom is still going on. It's a long
It
event. There's still lots of conferences that are going on, whilst being virtual conferences, of
Mm-hmm.
course. There's still stuff to watch, and some of the stuff's been okay, but I think this year's really suffered from not having any good physical conferences. They've obviously had to adjust their way of doing things, and, well, if this is the way forward that we're going to go with digital conferences, I'm not
Oof.
infused.
No.
Bring back the
Um,
physical con.
Honestly, I know that of course, I have a vested interest in bringing back conventions.
Yeah, of course.
Um, so I have to say that first and foremost. But there is a magic when you go to a good convention,
Oh yeah.
as I've spoken against not so good ones in the past.
Oh, and I spoke up a good one, obviously, when we first started this
Yeah.
podcast. So episodes
Yes.
2 and 5 were ones where
Hmm.
you bashed one and I thoroughly enjoyed one.
Yes. That's right. But there is nothing like a shared excitement over video games or comics or movies or whatever, you pick
Yeah.
your genre or whatever, but it gets you even more hyped for a game, and I don't think you can bring that kind of magic to people virtually.
No, I have to
I
agree.
just don't.
I
Yeah.
do have to say there's only one positive so far that I can think
Mhm.
of for virtual conferences.
Right.
The Conflu doesn't exist.
Ooh, yeah, well, that's the whole, you know what, that's see, then that makes people like me who throw conventions, we're like, see, that's why we can't throw them, because it's true, you
No,
know?
everyone's just got to know how to actually take a shower.
Well, I do think, I very strongly think that uh, with everything that's happened this year, as we move forward and we start getting back to, live conventions,
Yep,
I think there's going to be so many procedures in place
me too.
that hopefully the convention smell and the convention
Oh, yeah.
flu will be a thing of the past.
Oh, you're no. Look, if you're kidding yourself if
Oof.
you ever think that the smell of guff is going to get away from the convention floor. Look,
Oh,
people
gosh.
eat like crap all weekend long, and they wonder why the rooms stink like guff.
Try being a vendor in one of those things for 2 days straight,
No thanks.
and you can't leave your table at all. And it's just, oh, it's like a gorilla cage at the zoo. Like, that's not even a joke. That is literally what it's like.
Look,
It's just
I
so.
just, oh my god, I just kind of like gagged a little bit for a moment there because I actually had pictured that as,
Yeah.
oh no.
So there you go. That's my virtual convention for you guys. Just to picture or remember what it smells like in the gorilla exhibits at zoos, because
Oh, they
that's it.
stink.
Oh gosh, yeah. Oof. And then the last one I went to as a not as a vendor, but as a goer, as a participant. Oh gosh, as soon as I walked in,
Yeah.
oh, it was bad.
Look,
Uh,
I remember sitting in the line on the Saturday for EGX last year, and I got there early, and like I was quite towards the front of the queue, but obviously as you got deeper in, like as more and more people there, the smell of guff got worse
oh
and worse
gosh.
and worse, to the point where they opened the doors, obviously for the show,
Oof.
and everyone ran in because they wanted to go into where they were
Oh
like what they wanted to play. No, I
yeah.
ran in because I wanted to get away from the smell of guff.
Oh god. Oof. I'm gonna have to have like ozone machines everywhere.
Yeah, I agree. But we won't
Ah,
talk about any more gross con stuff, shall we?
no,
And we'll talk
because
about.
we're already an hour in. We gotta.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I'm
So.
so sorry we spoke about that for so long.
Oh gosh, we had to do it though. It is part of I mean, we had to, but oof.
So this one's a shorter one, but much of the same problem.
Right.
The Nintendo Partner Showcase from Wednesday the 26th of August. And
Why is this our life?
I'm gonna be honest with you here. This was 11
Oh,
minutes of complete crap.
yeah.
Complete
Yeah.
crap.
Yeah, and actually, I haven't spoke about it on Twitter, but yeah, one moment of that really,
Two.
I'm not happy with.
Two. Two moments were half decent and the rest was absolute trash. Although I
Yeah.
will admit there is one game in there that everyone has absolutely abused I don't think looks too bad.
Right. Okay.
I'll talk about that in a bit because my
Mhm.
journalistic integrity might fall to the floor on that one.
Right. Okay.
Okay, so where do we start? This is no order because I couldn't be bothered to
No.
make an order note, and let's be honest, the last one IGN did all the legwork.
Mhm.
So
Yes. There you go.
things that were shown. So this is in no particular order. Just Dance 2021.
Who cares?
Yeah, well, the only thing I care about in this one is the fact that they've confirmed that there's no more Wii releases.
Ah, right. Okay.
So
Well,
last
there you
year was the very last Wii game that's ever
go.
come
Oh
out.
gosh. Oh wow.
um, World of Tanks Blitz. Free to play
Uh-huh.
tank game. Nobody cares.
Yep.
I played it on the PS4 and I hated it.
Mhm.
And actually, that whole game took up a lot of space
Yes. Yes. Shockingly.
unnecessarily.
Yep. Yep.
This next game, I know one particular person, previous guest Nana Marfo, is very happy
Mhm.
about, which is Kingdom
Yeah.
Hearts Melody of Memories.
I'm
Also, there was another person
confused.
on our Discord who was quite happy with this. I can't remember who
Oh,
though.
right. Right. Okay. Um, I should have probably joined in that discussion, but I wanted to keep it for this episode.
Oh, I can have the discussions and still hold off some things. That's the problem. Is I'm not an open book like you.
Yeah, I know. I'm just like it just it just starts pouring out, and there's no stopping.
Is that your
Um,
accurate representation of what verbal diarrhea sounds like to you?
yes, that is exactly what that is. To that T.
Yeah.
But I like rhythm games. I do, and I of
Yeah.
course love Kingdom Hearts. I'm confused.
This doesn't confuse me at all because Square-Enix have already done it with Theatre Rhythm, I think it is, or
Oh.
which was the Final Fantasy related rhythm game.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, so I can't remember the name of the game. They had like one or
Yeah.
two of those games, and it makes sense. Look, a lot of the
Yeah.
music for Kingdom Hearts is very recognizable, very
That's a good
iconic,
point.
and the
Yes.
Kingdom Hearts fans absolutely love them, and rightly so, because Yoko Shimomura is an absolute genius. So fair enough.
No, that.
Let's highlight that
Yeah.
even more with an excellent rhythm game. So fair, totally fair.
Yeah.
Uh,
I'm
uh,
less doubtful now because of what you just said. I did not even think about it, but yes, the music of Kingdom Hearts is whew,
yeah.
just amazing. So
Uh,
yes. Okay.
a game that I didn't have on the list, but I'm going to mention because obviously an advert on IGN has pretty much given that away for me. Fuser,
All right.
Harmonix new game.
What is that?
Harmonix is the people
Yeah.
who made Guitar Hero.
Right. Okay. Okay. Right.
Not interested one bit with this.
Right.
Was it Harmonix? Yeah,
Is it?
who was it that also made Guitar Hero before they split off and made Rock Band?
Um.
Was it Harmonix
uh,
or was it?
I don't remember who made Guitar
Yeah,
Hero. That's crazy. And what's crazy is that's like such a huge series, and I cannot remember. Yeah, Harmonix. Yep.
they made that.
Uh,
Yeah,
yep.
yeah, I thought so. I thought so. Now let me have a look at Rock Band because I can't remember who made Rock Band now. It's going to annoy me otherwise. But Harmonix.
Yeah. I was gonna say.
I can't remember who it was. Oh,
Thought it
was
was
it
him.
Red Octane who stayed on and made
It was. Yeah.
yeah, that made Guitar Hero
They made
afterwards.
Guitar Hero.
Yeah.
Uh, goodness. So
Wow.
MTV Games and Electronic Arts EA was a Rock Band's publisher.
Ugh. No wonder I had
Yeah.
really trashy
Uh-huh.
microtransactions in them then.
Yup.
Okay.
So Fuser's gonna be weird.
Yeah, I think so. It's like a
Does it
DJ
does it
game.
have hardware? Yeah, does it have hardware
I have
with
no
it?
idea.
Okay, here's something we should discuss in the future. We won't
Sure.
discuss it now because we're running out of time. But in the future, and if anyone wants to join us for discussion, let's talk. Um, we need to discuss about like physical add-ons now, like things like the Nintendo Labs or the peripherals, like Rock Band's guitar and whole band setup. Like, is that yeah, physical peripherals?
Yeah.
Uh, is that that's definitely a subject I would like to explore in the future because are they needed now in this virtual world that we live in? So
I agree, actually.
yeah.
So we'll have a discussion quickly now. Let's do it next week. Let's have a little
Okay.
little meeting right now. We're doing it next week.
Yeah,
We're
we'll do
like
it. Yep. I love it when we do it on air. It's like I
so
just love it
natural.
so organic. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you're a listener out there and you catch us this week, catch us on our Discord
Hmm.
if you'd like to join in the conversation.
And if you're a
Is
big fan
that?
of guitar or rock band back in the day, then give us a
Hmm.
shout because we'd like to hear your perspective.
Yeah, and actually, I will say this. I believe Overlord Mike has been doing has in the past done the Nintendo Lab. Somebody,
Labo, yeah.
our yeah,
But
one of
he
our
also told
fathers.
us that he did also tell us that story of when he put a band together for a rock band competition at Wembley, didn't he, on a
Yes.
previous episode? So
Okay, Mike, Overlord Mike, you have to be on next week's show. So
yep.
watch us organically come up with our guest list as
Yeah,
well.
there's no way you're getting away from this after you told us that story.
Yeah, I
So
think you're gonna have to. Yeah, okay. Good. That'll be a fun one of our roundtable lights. I love those.
maybe, yeah.
You just yeah.
Okay,
But anyway.
so uh, you've got the list in front.
Hmm.
This
I
is the
do.
one that's going to cause me problems.
Oh, wait, which
Big
okay.
Rumble
That's not the
Boxing
one
Creed
I was just
Champions.
okay. That's not the one I thought.
Did you think it was going to be Jump Force?
I was a little bit surprised. Okay, so are you joking? Is Big Rumble Boxing Creed Champions going to be problematic for you?
Yeah, because actually I looked at it and this is I thought this could be actually a half decent fighting game. And then I saw it and I was like, oh no. Oh no.
Of course.
I looked
Of
look, if
course.
they would have taken Creed out of this, it wouldn't have got
Hmm.
any attention. But
Yes.
if I would have taken all the Rocky stuff out, it would have been nothing. But I'm a bit of a sucker for Rocky. But actually, like, it looks like an arcadey boxing game that I've been wanting to play for years, like Ready to Rumble Boxing.
Oh
I've been
gosh.
waiting
Oh,
for
that's
like a Ready
hilarious.
to Rumble Boxing like game for so many years. So this one at least looked like it was gonna get me slightly interested in that one.
I think you need to review that for the site. No kidding.
I might have to, and I might absolutely
Yeah.
hate every second of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that is funny. I didn't even register. It should have because it's a fighting game, but it
Mm.
didn't. That is funny.
But speaking of
So
fighting
on
games,
to huh? What?
speaking of fighting games,
Exactly.
Jump Force Deluxe Edition, the game
Oh
that is
gosh.
universally hated by every single person who's played it.
Which, if you had asked me before we started, was that the one that was going to be problematic? I would have said, for Pete, yes.
No, this one's not problematic because I played this at a preview event at Hyper Japan
Oh
2019,
my God.
and it
Did
was.
you really?
Oh, was it 2018? No,
It
it's
would have been 2018.
2018. It was
Yeah.
awful. It was awful
That's
even in that state.
That's what I hear, and I hate it because I love the whole lineup. That's my guys.
Exactly. Like it's a shonen game. Like it should have to
Yeah.
to 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 talk like a Londoner for a moment. This game should have
Mm.
banged. This should
That's
have
awesome.
this should have been like an absolute hit.
Hmm.
But
I agree because I was sold simply on the cover alone, and then
me too.
uh, you know people, yeah, and then people started playing it and going, "This is crap," and then it
Yeah.
just.
I literally
Although it
played
does
it
say
for
it does.
5 minutes on this preview event, and the two people I was with, bearing in mind at that point,
Mhm.
I'm going to be frank and honest here. I had just
Mhm.
done some sake tasting, and I was very drunk.
Oh, yes.
But even then, it
Seems
wasn't enough for
appropriate.
me to go, I am enjoying this because I'm drunk. It was like, no, I hate this because this is so boring.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's what everyone kept saying, and um I will say that it's sitting at on Metacritic. It's at 60 out of 100.
Yeah, which
And
is
then
higher than it
on
should be.
well, but listen to this. On Google, it's sitting at 88%.
What?
Yeah. So maybe some trolls out there. Maybe I don't know.
Damn you,
That's crazy.
4chan, you win again.
IGN gave it a 7.5 out of 10.
Well, IGN's reviews have
Wow.
been a joke for a
Oh,
long
that's right.
time, so yeah.
Plus, they're the ones that said, yeah, okay, that's right.
They're the ones that
Um,
employed Philip Musin to do a Dead Cells review. And we
yeah,
all know how
yeah.
that ended.
Oh gosh. Oh gosh. I'm having flashbacks.
Yeah, me
Yes.
too.
Okay.
Right.
Moving on.
Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles Definitive Edition. Got a final trailer, and the release date was on Friday, 28th.
Yeah. It's another one that's going to be a strong seller. So, I mean,
Well, they pretty much, in the lead up to this, have confirmed a few things that have made me not want to buy it.
right? Okay. Is
I
it
love
microtransaction?
no, I love Crystal Chronicles as a kid. The
Mhm.
game on the GameCube was fantastic. It was an
Yes.
excellent
Yes.
multiplayer experience,
Mhm.
but their decisions with this game are totally baffling. No
Right.
local co-op, which was a
Oh,
fundamental part of the original
yeah.
game. Online only co-op,
Oh dear.
but it's region locked.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, £25 game should have
Oh.
been fantastic because the original game is brilliant.
Yes.
I actually had someone, a good friend of mine, on Friday, messaging me saying, "Dude, why didn't you tell me Crystal Chronicles Remaster was happening?" I was like, "Because there's a reason. It sucks. This is the." I went,
Yeah.
"These are the reasons." He went, "Oh, I'm so glad I asked you. You're the only person that would actually tell me straight."
Ah, excellent. Excellent.
Yeah,
Oh
so
gosh.
I'm doing my best to try and put as many people off of this as possible to basically turn around and say, Square Enix, we aren't going to take this crap. This is
Yeah.
stupid.
Yeah.
Comes out on Switch, PS4, Xbox One, I believe, as well. But also
I think you're
iOS and
correct.
Android.
Yes. Which that should tell you everything you need to know, in my
Yes.
mind, anyway.
Now,
Yeah.
I can tell you one idea immediately that would have made this game interesting.
Okay.
Have the iOS and the Android versions out there, fine. But treat
Uh-huh.
them like the GBA used to be. Use them as controllers. What?
Yeah.
I mean, that was the
That's good.
fundamental part of that. It was a four-player co-op game where people had their own Game Boy Advances because they had
Mm-hmm.
maps.
Yeah.
They had your objectives for the dungeon
Yes.
and you know and your own map, so you weren't confined to
Yeah.
just being on the one screen on the TV. It was great.
Yeah.
It was a unique experience that Nintendo then emulated with Four Swords Adventures on the
Mm-hmm.
GameCube, and it worked. It was brilliant. They've really
Yeah.
shit the bed with this one.
Right. Ah, good call back to an off camera or off air
Yeah.
discussion.
But anyway, I'm going to move on from my mild rant about Crystal Chronicles
Yeah.
being absolutely trash to hell, and talk about a good set of Final Fantasy games that are coming.
Yeah, which is weird, but yes.
Yeah. Collection of Saga Final Fantasy Legend. So this is a
Hmm.
trilogy of Final Fantasy Legends games from the Game Boy,
Yep. Which
previously
I love.
unreleased on these shores, I think.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yes. Legally.
yeah, but they've got a really nice Game Boy filter with this. It does look
It
impressive, and it
does.
is only $20 or 20
I
quid for us. So brilliant.
I think this was one of their good they make good decisions
Yeah, a
and their
couple.
games library. Yeah, I maybe it's just because of the various communities and fandoms that I run in, but I haven't seen as much hype about this as I would expect to.
Oh, I've seen
Um,
loads to do with
oh,
this.
okay. So
Yeah,
that's really what it is. Yeah.
there's a couple
I
of
just
big
see Halo.
YouTubers, like, yeah, I know. There's a couple of big YouTubers, one of them being Dreamcast Guy. He often guests on
Mhm.
Spawncast. He was well excited by this one. And
Oh,
a couple of
good.
the guys from Game Explain were really happy about this as well.
Excellent. Yeah, because they've even got, looks like they've got a limited edition as well with a special
Yeah,
uh
I'm pleased to see it
collector
because
stuff.
those
Yeah,
that
I'm very happy about this.
yeah, those games were apparently very good, and they shouldn't just be confined to a Game Boy. And obviously, they're very hard to find for us Westerners.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
good. I'm pleased about that because it obviously goes along the same line that Square were doing with the Mana collection as well.
hmm Yeah,
Which
yes.
I still need to pick that up.
Oh, it's so good.
I
So
know
good.
I should pick it up because I love Secret of Mana. That game is
Oh,
fantastic.
yeah. Yeah. Just that whole, yeah, just love it. Absolutely.
Now this
Yeah.
wasn't the last announcement, but it was by
hmm
far the greatest announcement that there was.
Yes, and it's fun to say.
Puyo Puyo Tetris 2.
Ah, so good.
I was watching this whilst I was working,
Oh, yes, of
obviously, as you
course.
do. And I
Yes.
saw this come up, and I have to admit that I did go quite loudly. I did shout yes. I never thought they would make a second of
Uh,
this.
oh my gosh. No, no. If you would have said, "Oh, they're going to do a sequel," I would not have believed you.
Yeah,
Because,
exactly.
yeah. Why?
This is my moment to turn around and tell everyone. I would say go and play Puyo Puyo Tetris 1, but there's no point because it's the second one's coming out in December.
Right,
But if you could
exactly.
find it really cheap, either on the Switch or on a digital platform,
hmm
go and pick it up because essentially Puyo Puyo Tetris 2 is going to be mostly the same with a couple of additions.
Right.
And the game is utterly superb. It's so good. They've managed to infuse Puyo Puyo and Tetris in such a brilliant way.
hmm
Uh,
Yeah, even I have to say that's pretty cool. It's
yeah,
pretty fun. Yeah.
one of the greatest game modes in that is the switching. So you'll do like about 30 seconds of playing Tetris, and then the board completely switches to your Puyo Puyo board. So it constantly
Right?
makes you have to think about what you're doing on each board. It's
Oh my
so
gosh.
interesting
I
playing
love
that
that.
multiplayer.
So here's a weird tangent that I'm gonna go on
Yeah, go ahead.
because I think this is it for us. I think news is gonna be our
Yeah, I think it's
topic
that
this week.
way.
So there's a game I did not know existed. It was released at the same time as Puyo Puyo Tetris was on the
Yep.
Steam Marketplace. But Timbo the Badass Elephant.
What? What the
I don't
heck is
know
that?
what that is. I don't know. So
I'm
if you've
so
played
confused.
Timbo the Badass Elephant, get in
Get-
touch with us on the Discord because I really, really want to know more.
Yeah, so do I
I
now. I
love,
really want to know. That is just
yes,
weird. What the?
yeah,
Right, I'm looking.
it's,
I've got to look this up now because you've literally just said it. What the heck is that?
yeah, exactly.
Ew.
It's a Sega game,
Okay, fine.
so and it's platform and side scrolling. So yeah,
Why am I not excited by this?
I know this is weird, and it's
What?
also developed by Game
Yeah,
Freak.
I know. I've just seen that. I was like, what the heck?
Okay, you'll have to get somebody out there has played this game. Somebody. I know one of our listeners has, so you gotta tell us. It's Rambo in elephant form. Oh my gosh. That is wild.
I'm staying away from that one. I might have to pick it up and see if it's cheap.
Oh, I have to know about it. I have to.
Okay.
Oh, its inspiration is Donkey Kong Country and Yoshi's
Wow.
Island.
Oh, I'd love
This
that then.
this is you. This is a freaking Pete the Badass Elephant game.
Well,
Oh
don't you
my
mean
gosh.
Pete the Badass Platformer fan?
There you go.
There you
That's
go.
yes. Yep. That's what I mean. Oh my gosh, that is too cool.
Okay,
Anyway,
moving
sorry for that
swiftly on.
tangent.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow, this game gets more and more interesting as it goes along in its news cycle, and I had to include this for you because I had
Please.
Nintendo, you've got Halo. So,
That's right.
oh wait, you had Doom earlier.
I did. So I get two.
Yeah,
Two.
but to be fair, I get a question later that's very specific. So,
Yes, you do.
so,
And
hey,
I covered.
yeah, you got really annoyed by it.
No, I got Aspianoid. Which
Yeah,
will that'll yeah, that's later.
that's kind of what I meant. So Halo Infinite's development has taken another turn. Whether or not this is a turn for the better or a turn for the worse, I don't know. But two people have just been employed. I can't remember the first one, what they're doing. I think it's multiplayer stuff alone, isn't it?
I believe so, yeah. They didn't
But
even stick out in my head, so.
yeah,
But
exactly.
this one.
Yeah, this is the one that got you excited.
Yes, it did.
Ex-Bungie employee and previous story writer for Halo,
Mm.
Joseph Stanton has returned to 343 as the campaign project lead.
Yep. It's okay. Here's the weird points about it. It's a temporary position,
Yep, it's to
which is
steer the ship,
weird.
basically.
Yeah. And he has previously he was director of cinematics, which is a cool phrase. On the first three, which
Yep.
the only ones. And so I think that. Oh, I think this is a good thing. I'm excited.
Okay, but
Because
can I add one other thing there? Because you've
sure,
forgotten one key thing that he did too.
right? I'm racking my brain.
Being the fact he
What?
worked with Bungie, he was the story guy
Oh,
for
yeah.
Destiny
Oh,
until Bungie
Destiny.
decided to scrap it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Oh gosh.
Yeah, he was the main story
Um,
writer for Destiny, and then Bungie were like, nah.
yeah, so and put it this way, I love the first three Halos
Yep.
and I can't stand Destiny. So that should tell you they need him.
Yeah, but then obviously this asks more questions than it answers. Then, do you think?
Yeah. I do.
Yeah, the
What here's
main
what
question
I
is what hell of a
Mhm.
state is that story in that they've
Yeah.
needed to get him back to get it
That
on track.
here's what I'm thinking. Um or maybe even secretly hoping. Not so secretly. Um I'm hoping that they're saying, okay, graphically, we're trying to bridge two different, consoles.
Yeah. Well,
Um,
multiple
so
in this at this point because
it is,
it's
yeah,
not just the consoles, it's the PC too.
that's true. You're right.
Yeah, it's
So,
like over. I think you look at it like it's the Xbox One, the Xbox One S, the Xbox One
mhm,
X, the Xbox
yep,
Series X, the Xbox Series
yes,
S, and PC. So
and
there's like
PC,
7 different SKUs that they've got to cater for in this game.
yeah, and so graphically, let's be honest, it's not going to be an award-winning game. It's
No.
just not. It's in a weird, bridging generation
Yeah.
place.
Remember, it's got a run on the old VCR Xbox
Yeah.
One, so. And that thing is notorious for being very bad now with any game that comes out.
And also, I mean, it's got to drop from oh, I've now forgot. It's running at 60 and it has to drop to 30? Am I right? Or it's the other way. It's running at 120 and has to drop to 60 for the
I think the Series X version is supposed to be a 120 dropped, but then the old generation has
Mhm.
dropped to 60,
Yeah.
which is
Okay, so
quite
that's
impressive alone, considering the original VCR Xbox One could barely handle 60 frames at the best of times.
right, exactly. So you're kind of yeah, this is kind of exactly what I'm saying, which is okay, so we can't put all our hope in that it's going to be graphically out of this world. But what does Halo have? What is at its heart? Its story. It's always been its story. Well, it hasn't always.
And it's
You know,
multiplayer.
it's multiplayer, for sure. Um, but 2 and 3 became absolute, record-breaking sellers because of their story.
They're the games that put
Halo
Halo
3,
on the map, really.
it really, really, they really were. Halo 3 didn't even launch with the multiplayer at first,
Oh yeah, it
because
didn't, did it?
right,
Oh
they
dear.
were they still were working on it. Uh, yeah, that was such a weird time. But
Yeah.
uh, but its story was tested and retested in focus groups so that it became, it became something that appealed to a lot of people on
Mm,
the heart level. Uh, and it definitely did to me. There's no doubt about it. Halo 3 blew me away.
yeah.
I still to this day, and that's kind of a joke on the Breaking Benjamin song, but
I,
not
I,
really.
I picked up on it. I just decided not to mention it. And also, because you've referenced the wrong game there, because it was in Halo 2, not Halo
I
3.
was, it
Haha.
was, yeah, yeah. You got me. That was good. Um, but yeah. So yeah, because it was Steve Vai on Halo 3,
Yes, it was.
with his beautiful guitar.
No,
Oh my
no,
gosh!
no, no.
But
Get out of here. Steve Vai is a. Is, I'm going to. Look, beat me for this. He's a wanker.
like as a person, you mean?
Yeah,
Was
he's an
his guitar
utter
player?
he's an utter
Uh-huh.
tosser basically. He taught Joe Satriani everything he knew and yet
Yeah,
barely wanted to even know him. It took
yeah.
Satriani to set up G3 for Steve Vai to actually appreciate him again.
Gosh,
And yes, I've been to
that's
G3 because John Petrucci of Dream Theater was there and it's awesome.
of course, yes. Not surprised at all. But long story short, haha, that is a pun. Um, that's what we should call this episode. Long story short, because it's
Oh
very
god,
long.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm
uh,
going with that unless you make some really
yeah.
bad faux pas again.
No, I'm perfectly lucid, and I'm a cunning linguist. But oh gosh, no one's gonna get that joke.
Uh oh dear.
But uh, the point being that Halo needs the heart. The heart is in the story. They've brought back, let's face it, the original story writer for
The
all
heart.
intents and
Of
purposes.
course,
Yeah.
they're going to get the heart
And
back in.
they've got to. That's how they're going to revive this. And I mean, I know that's kind of a play on the obvious, but put the heart in it, it will revive the series 100%. They took the heart out of it in the stupid Guardians, and its spin-offs that
Sorry,
we won't talk about.
sorry, what? What were you talking about there?
A game that doesn't exist.
Oh, good. You've corrected yourself. Well done.
Yes. Yes. So he will put it back in. I hope there's a lot riding on his shoulders. I don't envy him in a way, but in a
Mm,
way, I think he will get a lot of accolades if Halo does, um, you know, blow everyone, the fans, out of the
away.
water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Yes.
do you possibly think then that this is an absolute success? That they may
Hmm.
try and keep him on full time?
Yes. I 100% do. That's why I was kind of struck by that temporarily. I don't think it's temporarily because they need something fast and to inject it in right now, and he's just available.
Mm,
No, I think it's temporarily, more like get him back on board, see if it really was his magic that worked, and
yeah.
if it is, keep him on long term.
Oh,
That's what I.
I agree, and the fact that he fell out with Bungie in a massive way as
Hmm.
well was it's just the reason why he's obviously come back. So fair enough. If he wanted to write a story for Destiny, and believe you me, I can guarantee that story for Destiny was a lot better than what they've got in there now.
Yes,
Um,
I would.
then
Sorry, Destiny
yeah,
fans, but
keep them on because
mm,
keep him in there because obviously Halo has faltered story wise ever since
mm-hmm.
Bungie have not been involved, including Joseph
Yes,
Staten. So keep him in.
I agree with
Put
that.
him in play and get this going in a big way. Let's get the story back into Halo because, like you said, that game that shall not be mentioned had an awful,
Hmm.
awful story. So, and
Ugh,
I
they're
think
just
most Halo fans will admit that it was
yes,
pretty poor.
absolutely. And I do want to say, I mean, of course, I'm going to be very biased when I say this. Some people probably know I have several side hustles, and one of them is I'm an actual author, but I do a lot of ghostwriting for other writers, and I have a few things out myself. So I'm already biased for pro writer stance.
Mm,
But what a lot of industries, entertainment industries, don't or they take for granted is that the writers are what make the entertainment.
exactly.
And you can see that when we have the writer strike in Hollywood. And Battlestar Galactica is forever ruined because the writer strike happened.
Yeah.
There were several movies at the time. Get this is not a joke. This really happened. So the writers were on strike in Hollywood. So some of the movies that were released during that time were written by a computer.
Yeah.
They just and they're terrible. They're not good.
Oh, they're
It is
awful.
yeah. It was just to get it out, get some money going, and that kind of crap.
Yeah.
Um, which I'm not belittling developers. I am not belittling actors or voice actors or anything like that. It takes a whole team to make beautiful art. But writers are the ones that are gonna bring the base, the heart, the whole thing together,
Yeah.
that solid, thing. And
Of
that's what
course.
Halo needs.
Okay.
Yeah.
I ask you a quick question on that in terms of writers.
Sure.
What do you
Yeah.
get what do you get with a movie that doesn't have a very good writer?
Do you want a sarcastic answer?
Yes.
You get all the Avenger movies, but no. What was your answer?
You get a Michael Bay movie.
Yes, you do. 100%. There are no writers involved with Michael Bay. Don't ever let anyone try to convince you otherwise.
Yeah.
Michael Bay just throws up some storyboard shots and says, "Here, I
This
want the
looks
turtles to
cool.
blow this up." Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Oh, God. Yeah.
Mm.
So, yes. So there's my defense of writers.
No, I think you're right though. Like, oh god, you're right. Ha ha. Yeah. No, you are correct in that one.
Yes.
You can have everything looking good on the screen, but if that's all style over substance. You need substance to give it the
Mhm.
heart.
Yep. And then of course I don't ever, I want to be sure that it's well known out there. I'm not taking away from the performers because they also have to add another level.
Yeah, they
You
do.
know,
They have to interpret the
yeah.
work.
Yeah, because if you had, I'm sorry, uh is this Chris's blood? If you
Oh,
of read on your words, it's going to destroy your words. So you have to have that perfect chemistry of written word and performer. Oh, it's beautiful.
yeah.
Ah,
What
love
is this place?
it. Oh my gosh. Ah, oh gosh. Yeah.
All right, we're moving away from the news because this is an hour and God knows
I
how long
know.
of like news and
Yeah.
jeez.
But we had to report on it. People would be going, "Why didn't you talk about the games that are like hugely being talked about right now?" So,
Because
but
we
that's why,
couldn't.
because they were boring.
Because we couldn't. Because bloody Gamescom was such a waste of time.
Boring. I'm sorry, guys. Someone
Yes,
out there enjoyed it, but
I'm
and
sure
there
some
has to
people
be a
did.
reason. Well, there has to be a reason that they're all almost all Activision and Blizzard games.
Don't know,
I mean, that
but
is weird.
they got to
That is
pay that
weird.
cash money.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah,
Yeah.
somebody be paying some money,
Look, Geoff Keighley
but
lined his pockets again.
ah.
Let's move on to
um,
we've got this before I actually
yes,
like get mad again.
yes. So we got this is our 2 minute segment that's never been 2 minutes, and it is a moment in your day, your week, your life, where you just take a little while, however long you need, to just have some mindfulness, because that's the buzzword. Um,
Agreed.
this week I'm gonna do something I've done it before, but it's just really kind of been on my mind the whole week. I have an affinity for I guess you would say poetry in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and specifically your more alternative poets, not so mainstream. Although he's become far more mainstream now that he's dead, but
Sounds about right
uh,
for anyone.
for a lot of artists, that's what happens. Is your people only recognize your talent after you've passed.
Yeah.
But I've been thinking a lot about Charles Bukowski, who is my like favorite poet slash author, just probably top of the list. And so he too was a loner. Didn't want to be a loner. Just could not connect with
Yeah.
other humans. He started out as a mailroom worker,
Mm-hmm.
and he did that up until he was in his 40s when someone finally convinced him to publish his poetry.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so it kind of shows that you can be any age at all and chase your dream. I'm not one of those people that are like, oh, well, you're 30 now and you'll never be good at basketball or whatever, you have hoop dreams and, just go for it. There's literally nothing holding you back, just, your mind.
Just
Uh,
yourself.
yeah, exactly. And so his quote, fame and fortune, well, it never really arrived, but it did not even develop until, well late into his 40s. But he often struggled with bouts of depression, as most creative people do. And sadly, he did take care of his depression with a lot of drinking. I can't advise that. I think that if you spoke with your doctor, he would probably, or they would probably also say, don't drink your problems away. And
Yeah, this is a bit rich coming
yeah,
from you, though.
I know, exactly. We all have our vices.
Yes, we
What
do.
is it? Do as I do, not, or do as I say, not as I do.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, but he often expressed his feelings of alienation and separateness from everyone else. But he would also have these moments of life is freaking beautiful. And yeah, it may be crap, but life itself is beautiful, and you have all of the power inside of you to conquer it.
Yeah, I
So
agree.
yeah, I absolutely agree. And I've seen a lot on Twitter this week. This is kind of where this came up for me. There's people bashing what is called inspiration porn, which has nothing to do with triple X stuff. Uh, but it
What
is
kind of like food porn?
it is yeah, except it's inspirational quotes and stuff. And I'm
Yeah.
sorry to say that is what I thrive on. I thrive on inspirational stories and quotes, and I've overcome a lot of things, 8 surgeries, and I have a couple of what people would consider disabilities that I do not, which does not make me an ableist. I'm a little bit annoyed by that. But
I hate that.
yeah, I realize that a lot of people are different than me, and that's okay. But I'm not limited by my quote unquote disabilities,
Yeah,
nor will I ever.
why does everyone want to be the same? It's boring. Surely, like,
Yeah,
our experiences are what makes it interesting, and sharing those experiences makes everything interesting for everyone else.
absolutely. And so my point in all of this, and then of course I'll leave you with his very brief,
Sure.
one of his brief poems, but is that uh, it's life can suck, as I say all the time,
Yep.
but you have it within you to overcome it. Now, you may need help doing that, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. After several of my surgeries, I couldn't get up. I couldn't move. Um, and one time, one of the nurses even challenged me. She said, "Oh, sure, if you want to sit up, you go right ahead." And I tried, and I nearly passed out. Yeah, and she was very kind about it. Um, so you get to a point where you're like, well, I have to ask for help.
Yeah.
And it sucks when you're not a person who does that.
Hmm.
Um, but you you need it, and there's people there that know how to do all that.
Exactly.
Sure. Yeah. So if you are out there and you're feeling alienated and isolated, whether or not you're in isolation or not, I'm in shielding, is what they call it. So
Mm.
I've been stuck at home for many months now. Um, and I don't have any, there's no relief on me in the horizon. I will be stuck at home for another few weeks,
Yeah.
um, until the worst of it passes. But if those feelings of alienation and isolation and loneliness and stuff like that are becoming too much to bear, we don't have to do anything, but reach out. There are people who know how to handle that stuff.
Yeah.
And
Agreed.
they're not, yeah, and they don't think less of you for reaching out. And they don't, that's always been my thing. I'm very independent, stubborn, and I don't want to be seen as less. But sometimes asking for help is actually mm, cooler than not, in the most simplistic terms. Uh, it took more strength for me to reach out and get help than it did for me to keep saying I can do this on my own.
I agree.
Yeah.
As a very stubborn person myself,
Mm-hmm.
asking for help is one of those things that I always struggle with, or used to. But then,
Mm-hmm.
I started to realize eventually that nothing gets better or nothing can improve if you don't know the answer. Someone else might. So you
Yes.
have to ask for help and guidance, You never learn anything on your own, do you? You always have someone
No.
helping guide you through that learning process. So
Yeah.
so this essentially is like the same thing as that. If you understand that you
Exactly.
have issues with mental health and you can't do it yourself, there is no self-help guide. You have to ask for
Right.
help.
Yes. And of course, we mention it all the time, but over here in the UK, the Samaritans are wonderful for that.
Yep.
Um,
Also contact your GP.
mhm. Absolutely. In fact, that's what I did, and I think you've mentioned before that's what you've done as well
Yeah,
in the past.
I had to. There
Yeah,
was no way I was going to get through
yeah,
life without asking for help. That I couldn't do it
yeah,
anymore. Uh,
absolutely. Um, yeah, so I will leave you with this. It's The Laughing Heart by Charles Bukowski. And it's very simple, it's very small, but it makes me feel it is my inspiration porn. And I'm sorry, that's what I'm into. So it begins with your life is your life. Don't let it be clubbed into dank submission. Be on the watch. There are ways out. There's a light somewhere. It may not be much light, but it beats the darkness. Be on the watch. The gods will offer you chances. Know them, take them. You can't beat death, but you can beat death in life sometimes. And the more often you learn to do it, the more light there will be. Your life is your life. Know it while you have it. You are marvelous. The gods wait to delight in you. And I love that poem.
that is actually awesome.
It
Uh,
is. It's
did he
quite powerful.
did he write this before
Mm-hmm.
he died?
Uh, well, yes.
Obviously, I meant like not long
Yeah.
before he died.
That one was written not long before he died. Some of his
It's
earlier, hmm
it kind of tells.
yeah, it's
It's like
a lifelong lived.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
like he finally had accepted his fate.
Yes, because what you'll find, and I do really encourage people out there who like this kind of art to read up on Bukowski. Um, his early stuff is very dark. He's very bitter. He's alone. He's
Hmm.
probably an Aspie if you read into it.
And
He
he's
is
probably drunk as hell.
He's drunk as hell. He even talks about that in a few of his poems. He's been brokenhearted. Oh my gosh.
Who hasn't at this point?
Yeah. And so his early stuff, I'd say the first 20 years it's deep, it's dark, but it starts to lighten up as he gets older, and he starts to go, you know what? I regret these things, but life is beautiful, and I love that I have life while I have it. So it is a beautiful metamorphosis,
Yeah.
metamorphosis to watch.
Metamorphosis. Yeah.
That's word, yes. So I do encourage it. And and remember, I'm going to read this line again. You are marvelous. The gods wait to delight in you. Go out there, chase your dreams. I don't care how cheesy I sound. Life is short. Do it. Live it. And remember, we've got this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so with that aside, and always take a
Yeah.
moment, take a breath, take a pause,
Mm-hmm.
enjoy life for what it really is, because it is short, honestly, in the long
Yes.
run, you know.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
we're going to use what little time we've got left of this podcast to answer questions.
Woohoo! Our
So
favorite.
I'm going to start with this one because it is specifically addressed to you.
Oh, okay.
So this comes from at Cold Death, so that would be the Cold Death from the Caffeinated Bantercast.
Yes,
So
yes.
Kylie, you like to swim with crocodiles as well.
So, okay, there is a story behind that. Um, uh, CD Cold Death, he was posting a kind of retrospective of his Horizon Dawn screenshots, which were really good.
Yeah, they
I mean,
look.
I love
That
Horizon
game
Dawn.
looks
Anyway,
fantastic on
yeah,
PC.
exactly. Yeah, and so I'm just going through them, and they're like, I just love that game. Dadgum. The lighting in that game is beautiful. But yeah, I did. One of the last ones I liked was the one with her swimming with the crocs. And of course, me and my very boring, I'm sorry, Aspie autist way was like,
No.
because I'm from East Texas, they are alligators where I'm from. And yes, I have swam with alligators, but that isn't as like ooh you're like not Indiana Jones, Crocodile Dundee and all this. No, when you grow up in East Texas, it's probably a lot like growing up in Australia actually.
Yeah.
When you grow up in East Texas, you learn to swim with gators because they're there,
Yeah.
and you learn which spiders to avoid,
Uh,
and you learn to jump over snakes and run away from them. It's not like I know it sounds so fantastical, but it's just a way of life there. So, yes, I have swam with alligators and I've eaten crocodile. And yes, it actually literally does taste like chicken. I'm sorry, it's really good with ranch.
okay. Oh dear, that took a real turn that I wasn't expecting.
They
So
taste good.
yeah, okay. So CD, I hope that answered your question. More so than a Twitter response or a Discord
Uh,
response.
oh my gosh, yes.
So,
Uh,
John,
yes.
you pick a question and take
I
that
will
one
pick a
next.
question. Yes, because we've got some really good ones this week.
We did.
Ooh, these are really good. I'm gonna take Nanomorphos because I really like it.
Good.
What series do you want to see return next gen, and what series do you want to die?
Can I start with the one that I want to see die?
Yes.
Call of Duty. I've
Yeah,
had
I'm
enough
gonna.
of that series. Honestly, the games are
Yeah.
mostly the same year in, year out. They sell
Mhm.
millions upon millions and millions, and yet the games are essentially much for alike. The only thing that I would be disappointed is obviously the campaigns, because the campaigns are usually all
Oh
right.
yeah.
They
Yeah.
haven't.
Well, they used to be brilliant.
Yeah, that's why I said
Not as
all
strong.
right. They're not strong
Mhm.
now, but they have
Mhm.
obviously made way for, you know, great campaigns in the past, like Modern Warfare
Mhm.
2's, you know, the old No
Oh
Russian
right.
moment, which was very powerful, very poignant. Modern
Mhm.
Warfare's, you know, nuclear bomb going off. You know, there was some great
Oh
stuff that
yeah.
they had in those stories, but like it's been overshadowed by a mostly formulaic and, let's
Mhm.
be honest, season pass riddled multiplayer mode that
Yes.
doesn't change, never does, and never will. So
Yeah.
I think they either need to breathe new life into that series or just let it die and come up with something new.
I'm gonna agree with you on that one. What would you like to see return?
I'm gonna come. I'll let you come back to that one because
Okay.
obviously I've made mention before that I want to see Ape Escape
Ah,
back, but I'm gonna
yes.
try and pick something that's not obvious.
Well, I'm gonna say something that's not gonna come as a surprise to anyone. Saints Row. I want to see it return. I want to see it on next gen so bad, and I want it to be raunchy and politically incorrect and violent, and I want it. I want it so bad. Oh my gosh! Please do not cut that out as a soundbite.
I'm not going to. I'm not going to abuse my power
I
in
mean,
that
our
way.
listeners.
I'm really not going to abuse my power like that.
Oh my gosh! But I do. I really want to see Saints Row come back, and with some really outstanding guest star, hidden secret guest star.
That would be awesome.
Yeah. Oh God, love that series.
God, imagine, right? Obviously, they did all the stuff with Saints Row 3 where you had lots of wrestling moves. Imagine a cameo from John Cena.
Oh my God. Yeah, like that's it's gotta happen. That's such a perfect like that should be the obvious guest star, and
That's
then
why
they
I
should
went
have
with
like a
it.
secret one. Yeah, exactly. Like he needs to just be in. I'm gonna guess say Saints Row 5. Yeah,
Yeah,
we're up to 5 now. So he just needs to be in that. Because that is so perfect.
I agree. Okay, what series do you want
Yeah.
to see die then?
I'm kind of along the same lines with you because I don't think we'd be destroying any fandoms if we said Call of Duty would be nice to just go away.
Yeah,
Um, because there's better multiplayers out there, guys.
agreed.
I know you don't believe me, but there are.
Mm,
uh, it's so formulaic now. It's I don't know. I don't know.
sure.
Ugh.
I've got my one for
Yeah.
ones that I want to see come back.
Okay.
It's a game series that has kind of rotted now because the company has moved on to quote bigger and better things. I say that it's
Mm-hmm.
not bigger and better things because I don't appreciate the series at all. But
Right.
you can see the what's the term? You can see the blueprint in these games basically now
Mm-hmm.
because they're making them. They moved on to Need for Speed. So that might give you an
Oh,
idea of who I'm talking
yes.
about. I want to
Huh?
see Burnout return in
Yeah.
its proper way outside of Burnout
Right.
Paradise. I want to see
Yeah.
them return to the Burnout 3 Takedown and Burnout Revenge style of games.
Yeah. That would be good. Oh, yeah. Let's make it happen.
I
Uh,
mean, look at that on next gen consoles,
yeah.
120
Oh.
frames per second, fast loading. Oh my god, the
Oof.
destruction would be
Oh.
intense.
Yep.
But
Yep.
also,
Yep.
I
Yep.
will add another for those
Mm-hmm.
RPG fans out there, and a
All right.
series that has been long forgotten by Square-Enix for a long, long, long time.
Mm-hmm.
I think they need to bring it back by making a remake of it. Chrono Trigger.
Oh, people have been begging for that for
Yeah, why has
years.
Square been sitting on that for so long?
There's there has to be a reason because that game was stunning on a Super Nintendo.
Yeah,
It's going to be I can't in next gen. Oh gosh, can't. Oh,
yeah.
those rainbow colors. Oh god.
I really hope that the obvious Secret of Mana and Trials of Mana remakes
Mm-hmm.
obviously led them down the path of going, let's
I
remake
hope
some
so.
older
Yeah.
properties, because obviously Collection of Mana sold really well. Secret of Mana
Mm-hmm.
remake sold quite well, but apparently they're surprised how much Trials of Mana actually sold.
It's really weird. It's so weird to be that out of touch, you know?
I know,
But
it's
yeah.
crazy, but
Mm.
then obviously this is Square Enix we're talking about, who released
Yeah.
Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles Remaster that's an absolute pile of trash. So,
Yeah. Yeah. It's true.
okay.
Okay.
So, yeah, I think.
You get to pick next.
Well, I'll take Alex McGregor, so that's at a McG 92 on Twitter.
Hmm.
Will games on next gen actually look dramatically better, Or is the next
Good one.
gen about convenience and quality of life improvements for gamers, i.e., faster load times, frame rates, etc.? And this is another brilliant question.
That's so good. And I can tell you right now, uh, no, they're not going to look dramatically better or different.
No.
But yes, they will load faster, and there will be less loading screens. And yeah, obviously the frame rate will be up.
Will it really? Will it
So,
really?
well, fingers crossed
Well,
they're
there's.
supposed to go up. I
Well,
hope not, because I'll
look,
start vomiting.
I know, but there was a thing obviously that we decided not. I decided not to bring it up in the news story. Was the fact that
Right.
they came out after the fact and said that Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart will have a performance mode of 60 frames, and it's like, what is
Yeah.
performance about that? Like, surely you should
See,
be hitting that as your benchmark on the next generation console,
I
not 30
I
frames per
100%.
second again.
Yeah. No, I agree. 60 frames per second should be exactly the benchmark. I think 120 is a bit much, but again, that's me speaking from a nausea point of view.
Yeah.
But come on, we're in the next gen, 60 frames per second. Come on.
Look,
And
if
yeah.
Splatoon 2 can do that
Mhm.
on a Nintendo Switch in handheld, then you should have no excuse of why it can't be done on a PS5 or an Xbox
Yeah.
Series X.
Um, so to bring it back to the question, I personally don't see it being no, we're at the oh God, they explained it before, but we're at the small increments now
Yeah.
uh, on graphics.
Yeah, I think we've pushed graphics pretty much as far as we can go, which is why obviously
Mhm.
the iterative update in this one is going to be ray tracing.
Yeah, absolutely. Um, which is going to be helpful. I really think that our next biggest graphic jump, I think, will be in VR games. It's going to have to be
Mm,
because, you know, 10 years from now, I can't see it be like what more, okay, we can already see the pimples in people's faces, which I love that. I just adore the whole
yeah,
like pores and flawed complexions and stuff. I love that. We already see like water ripples on the clothes and stuff like that. There's not going to be a bit. What more can we jump to? Shadows. We get a little bit more dynamic shadows.
yep,
Uh, I would like to see some of the smaller uh, devs. Like I say smaller, but you'll know what I mean when I say this. Like the Outer Worlds, their graphics are really far behind,
yeah,
like way behind. Which it's fine with me because I love the story, I love the gameplay.
yeah,
But I would like to see some of the smaller devs be able to get the resources or access to the resources, I'm not sure, to
mm,
make more graphically advanced games than
yeah.
just the big powerhouses. Yeah,
I agree.
yeah.
I just worry that this generation once again is just going to be an iterative update like this the Xbox
Hmm.
One X and the PS4
Yeah.
Pro is going to be. I
Hmm.
wonder, like 3 years down the line, are we going to get another iterative update to these sets of consoles again, like PS5 Slim
Yeah.
or whatever, or PS5 Pro, or you know,
It'll 100% be that.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then what really can they do? What
Hmm.
make sure that every game is a solid 60 frames per second? Then why can't they do that
Right.
now?
They should do it now. We have the technology.
Of course
We
we
can
do.
rebuild. Yeah. Um, yeah. So
Yeah,
be interesting.
this definitely is more of a quality of life improvements this generation,
Yeah.
and one I'm worried once again. We're 2 months out, there's still no release dates, and still no pricing, still no
I
nothing.
know.
This
And
is the
look,
weirdest launch season I
it's
think we'll ever
yes.
see.
And I gotta say this, I'm one of those cheesy people that starts their Christmas shopping early. So I'm one of those really annoying people. So here we are in
Yeah,
September. Okay, so it would be for myself, so what?
yeah,
But
exactly.
there's other people who are going to buy consoles for other people,
Yep.
and they probably are looking for it to be a Christmas present,
Oh, of course,
especially
yeah.
after such a freaking terrible year, that would be a great Christmas present for a lot of people and
So,
myself that I will get
yeah.
myself.
Well, to be fair, that's essentially like what I've said to people who have already asked me is, what do you want this
Hmm.
year? I said, I don't want anything. I want money so I can go and buy myself a
Yes.
PS5.
Yep. Exactly. So they've got there's nothing. There's no release dates. There's no sale prices. Oh
Yeah,
gosh,
I know. It's so worrying.
it is. But this last question's a good one, especially for you.
Yeah, of course.
It's specifically for Pete Beckett,
Yes, it is.
from one of our writers at Rapper Reviews UK, who is at Van Plank on Twitter. Um, and he says, one for Pete, with Ryu and Kin
Ryu,
both being in. I did
Ryu,
that on purpose. I
Ryu.
knew it. Ah,
Screw
perfect.
you. Screw you,
I
Ryu.
didn't think you'd let me go that far, and I was like, "Oh, he's not gonna." Okay, and then you did. Okay, with Ryu and Ken both being in Smash, which Smash character would you, Pete, want to bring across into the Street Fighter series?
I thought
I
about this
know.
one
This one.
literally all week when we put the question out. This was the first
Yep.
one that came in, and I went, "What a question! Oh my god, I'm actually gonna have to spend time to think about this one."
Yep.
Jeez. So,
Oh,
I had a lot of internal monologue about this one. I have not even told you any of this, have I? So,
no, you haven't. You haven't
um,
at all. You have not revealed one iota.
nope. So, my frame of mind here was thinking that Street Fighter has fantastical characters that are slightly outside of reality,
Hmm.
but I'm not going to include non-human characters. So that
Right.
discounts
Okay.
Donkey Kong, Yoshi,
Oh.
Kirby, Fox, Pikachu, um, Bowser, Ice Climbers, Falco. Just going through the list now.
Yeah.
Mewtwo, although Mewtwo would have been an awesome one, and I'll explain my reasoning
Yeah.
behind Mewtwo in a minute, but that also includes Game and Watch, Meta Knight, what else? Pokemon Trainer, Diddy Kong, King Dedede, Wolf, Lucario, Rob, oh god, Greninja, Pac-Man, even though Pac-Man has technically been in a Street Fighter-like game.
Oh gosh.
Bowser Jr., Dunk Hunt, Inkling was also
Oh
not
yeah.
included, which was a shame because I would have liked to have seen that. King K.
Right.
Rool, Isabelle, Incineroar, Piranha Plant, Banjo Kazooie, and Min Min. Min Min, although
Okay.
he is a human character, the arms are a bit weird.
Right.
Let's be. Oh yeah, did I also include Mega Man? Because I should have put Mega Man. Right, and
So who does
also
that leave?
I'm not going through the list. So Mewtwo was the one that I toyed with the most,
Right.
for the reason that his psychic abilities, in a
Mm.
story way, could have been very much linked to M. Bison's.
Ooh,
And the fact that it
yes.
could have been a test body for M. Bison after his revival again.
Somebody hire Pete.
I know,
I,
I'm really disappointed about this. Pac-Man was
oh my
discounted
gosh.
because Bad Box Art Mega Man and Pac-Man from Pac-Land were included
Mhm.
as playable characters in Street Fighter Cross Tekken.
Right.
And
Wild. Yeah.
Look, I like Street
Yeah.
Fighter Cross Tekken. Come at me, I don't care. But those characters were useless.
Oh gosh. Yeah.
Ah, dear. So taking guest characters away from this as well. So there is one that could be included, but I'm discounting immediately, and that is Terry
Mhm.
Bogard.
Right.
Terry has
Okay.
already appeared with them in Capcom vs SNK 2.
Right.
So
Okay. Okay.
he is not allowed to join the Street Fighter roster.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna go with only one choice and one choice alone. And this is a very hard thing to narrow down, considering there are so many iconic characters in this series alone.
Mhm.
But it has to only be one. Captain Falcon.
Yeah. Yes,
I
yes.
I could only
Oh my
see
gosh.
Captain Falcon actually making appearance out of all of these characters because I think his
That,
moveset is already made for him.
yes, that is a perfect choice. Oh my gosh. Oh, that is
Look,
wild.
look, there was the potential of Cloud in there, but no. There was the potential of Joker and Hero. No.
Yeah. Mhm.
Their moves are far too complex and far too weird to include
Right.
in a game like
I would
this.
agree with
And
that.
let's be honest, this
No,
is a
you're
game that
right.
doesn't have gunfighters, sword characters, anything like that. The
Mhm.
closest they have to that is Vega and Falca,
Okay. Okay.
who is
Yeah.
a psycho power based projectile character who uses a staff like a gun, which is very weird.
Mhm.
Um,
That is.
so I think Captain Falcon is the most grounded in reality that actually still fits the fantastical element of Street Fighter. His moveset is perfect, and
Mhm.
if I had to think about it, I could easily make a moveset for him immediately. That
Oh wow.
quarter
There's
circle.
no doubt in my mind.
Yeah, well, you have to be honest. His critical art has to be his Falcon Punch. There's no way you're
Yes.
getting past
Yes.
that. There is no
I
way.
I still can't believe you did not even bat an eyelash or drop a hint. Off air, I was doing a whole
And you were
Falcon
trying. You
punch.
were so trying.
I was. I was. I zeroed in on that, and nope, not
So,
even. He did not even reveal one iota to
so,
me that
so,
that
would
was
you
what he was going
say?
about.
Would you say that you zero suit Samus onto that?
I zero.
That's so
That
bad.
is so.
I really
It's
apologize. Look,
so bad and so good.
there was only one other character that got close for this for me. One.
Chic.
Wrong. It
Really?
Look,
Okay.
it's the most obvious answer, and it's not Mario.
Hmm.
Look in that. You've got the picture there. Look in that roster
Uh,
and think who was the one that everyone was saying in Smash Brothers Wii U was the most Street Fighter character before Ryu came out.
um. Oh my gosh.
And there's a reason why I discounted him.
God, because I was gonna say Bayonetta, but
I said him.
I know when you said him, it was like, ooh.
Yeah.
I don't know. Oh god. I guess not Snake.
I mean, Snake would have also been cool, but I
It would
think
have been very
the whole
cool.
explosives and guns would have not
Oh
worked. That's
gosh.
why Bayonetta wouldn't have worked as well because she uses
Oh
guns.
right, of course, her guns. Yeah, see, I was thinking about um the yoga fighter and then like
Oh,
her
what, the
hair
Dawson?
being kind of yeah, yeah.
Okay, yeah,
But
I can get on board with that. I can understand why.
but you're right though. She's got the guns. Um, in more ways than one. Little Mac.
Yeah, Little Mac. He's the only
Oh
one
my
that could have come
gosh,
close, but it'd be
he's
too
the only
much like
one.
Balrog.
Yep, you're exactly right.
So I needed someone unique.
Yep. Oh wow, nope, that's good choice. I still can't believe you didn't even blink when I was.
I can't believe that question came in and I didn't even at least say one thing to you about it, rather than,
Nope.
wow, this question's awesome.
Yep. I will say that, listeners, that is basically what Pete did all week was, this is a great question. I need to think about it. Wow, this question, I really got to think about it.
Yeah, you really
So,
tried. You really did.
yes,
Even in the
I did.
pre-conversation, you were like, "So
Yes.
this question," and I went, "I need to get the character select screen up because I
Yeah,
still need to
yeah.
think."
Yep.
Can I
I
be
did think,
honest
and I'm
with
like,
you?
mm-hmm.
I already knew my answer when I.
I, yeah, I knew, I knew that you knew your, like, I did not know, oh God, this is going to be a fun tongue twister.
Yeah.
Up until I just read this question on air.
Yep.
And I was still like, oh, he's still taking, the 2 minutes to finalize his choice. But then as soon as you started speaking, I was like, oh, nope, he made that choice days ago.
Yeah, I did. In fact, it was the first thing that I thought of as soon as I thought of this question. I went, "There's
Oh,
no
that's
other
funny.
person other than Captain Falcon that makes sense."
I still think it's so funny. Guys, if you could have just heard, I was like pushing Captain Falcon so hard. I
Yeah,
could
we
not.
were.
Nope. Nope. You weren't letting me in on any of that. That was
But
hilarious.
the thing
Very
is, to
good. That
be
was a
fair
really
though,
good
I
question.
did actually make mention to you about something to do with Captain Falcon that should have been so obvious.
Oh my gosh.
I told you about the fact that he only ever Falcon punches someone at the very end of the
Yes.
anime.
Yes. Yes. You did tell. Oh my gosh. Yes, you did.
I
You
gave you the
absolutely
hint and you
did.
didn't
You
pick up on
did.
it.
Oh man, I'm usually like Sherlock everything. I missed that one.
Ah,
Okay, Moriarty.
yeah, I clearly am the Moriarty to your Sherlock.
You are the Moriarty. Exactly. Oh,
Yes.
that was a great question.
Yeah.
And listeners out there, we absolutely we enjoy you guys' questions.
You know
I
what?
hope it's obvious,
You know
but
what? I think we need to do something in terms of a topic. I think we need to put together a roster, like a fantasy roster for a game of some sort.
absolutely, I'm always on board for that.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Yep, let's
So
do
yeah,
that.
another
Fantastic.
organic show idea.
We're the worst, but guys, you gotta love that. You're in on the process with us. That's pretty cool.
Well, you help shape the topics because you ask great questions, and then we go, oh, we can elaborate more.
Yep, I mean, it really honestly is a community. I've loved that. Which does kind of perfectly go into my next segue. Uh,
Good segue this
which,
time. Not definitely worked better than your first one.
yes, my non-segue.
Yeah.
But as always, Rapid Reviews Radio is a supplement to the rapidreviewsuk.com website where we have all the reviews ever. Um,
Yep.
and
Did
in
you do
fact,
another week where you forgot?
where I forgot to bring them up
Yeah.
to read. Yes, of
Don't
course
worry.
I did.
I've got them because
So for
I
the third week
I
in a
did
row,
forget myself, and then I just went, oh no, and just literally typed it in. So you probably heard
oh,
keyboard
there you
sounds
go.
there.
It's fine. Yes, Pete, for the third week in a row, saving my behind. What are this week's reviews?
Okay, so I've just got to go back to a slightly older post because I'm not sure if that's the one. But I believe the week started off with the Blind Men review by Alicia, which was another good review. We then had Grim Valor by Stephen Walcott. Carrion by, oh my god, my computer's being weird. Carrion by Leah Wayne. Then we had Collar X Malice by Alex Laybourne. Tennis Open 2020 by Connor Barkley. And this was the big one, probably for the week. Well, I say the big one. It was the biggest game of the week, let's be honest. This was Ghost of Tsushima, which was done by Alex
Yeah.
McGregor, which is one of our question and askers this week. And it is the game that I actually passed on to give to him.
Yes, you did. Yep.
So I look forward to reading that because I haven't actually had a chance to go back and read it yet. So I will go and have a look. We had Windbound by Dominic Paolo. Then 0000 review by Chris Armstrong. And yes, that is the title of the game.
Yep. It's not a placeholder, it's the actual title.
Yeah. Then Nexamon Extinction by Chelsea. Beardsmore. And then we have to finish the Thief Town review by Squash Pickle.
Right.
Not sure of his actual name because he goes under that.
That's excellent. And we've got, from what I can tell, we've got a big load of reviews coming in the next couple of days. Yeah. So that's pretty dang cool. We got reviews constantly. So if you ain't reading, what's wrong with you?
Oh, okay. I've missed two out quickly. I need to add these on because this started on the 24th. We had Command & Conquer Remastered by Mike Hallam, who you should check out because he does our music.
Yes.
It's in the show notes, but I don't think anyone pays attention to those, let's be honest. So yeah, go check out Mike because he actually makes the music. And then, weird one, because Terra Orium, or whatever, however you pronounce it, written by Chloe, finishes off the people who've contributed to this show because she does our artwork.
Oh, that's great.
Can't leave those
Very
two
good.
out. So please
Yeah.
check out all these amazing reviews that have come this past week, and we'll round you up on next week's one next week. So
Yeah, 'cause it's
please
gonna be a lot
check
of
them all out.
Yeah. And if you would like to get a question on the show, you could always
Bribe
follow
us.
us. Yes, you can do lots of things. I was gonna say I like pizza, but I can't eat pizza because I'm gluten intolerant.
Well, you can send the pizzas my way, and you can send the money to Kylie because she loves money. I love pizza.
That's true. That's should be the tagline of the show. Yes, you can follow us at Rapid Reviews UK on Twitter, or specifically the podcast, which is at RR Radio Pod. If you wish to, oh yeah, we're on Facebook, Rapid Reviews UK. And if you want to send us a question, a comment, a suggestion, a critique, we love them all. Send that over at podcast at rapidreviewsuk.com. And our Twitch channel, which is twitch.tv/rradiopod. And then, of course, if you want to follow Pete, you can find him at
Pete Beckett 1, number 1, because I am the number 1 guy on Twitter. Not really. And my week is generally filled with random tweets and retweets about, let's be honest, crap.
I'll tell you what's fun about following Pete's Twitter feed is his replies to other people.
Really?
Because they're
Really?
usually angry.
I didn't know you picked up on that.
To be fair, your replies aren't angry, but they're enough to make the other people angry.
Good point. Yeah, they're clearly meant to wind people up. Apart from people I like Thomas at Llama Fluff 42, because I'm always nice to him because he's a nice guy.
Yeah, and he contributed so much to
early
our early
days.
show.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could not have. We would have zero.
That's
if
true.
He hadn't jumped on board. Yeah. So follow Pete because it's funny. I like watching people get mad.
Oh yeah, people do get mad as well, and it is really weird. I don't know why. It's just Twitter. Look, let's be honest here. It's clearly meant to get the reaction. Why do you keep reacting to it? I'm nothing more than your friendly neighborhood troll.
Yes, exactly. Oh god, that's why it's so entertaining. So if you want to follow,
if you want to follow you,
where all I do is tweet about autism. I'm sorry. I promise. Slowly but surely, more game stuff will be in. But as I say, I said last week, I kind of tend to leave my game talk for in here. But I do talk a lot about autism. And so you can follow me at Kiley Tugreet, KLEYTHGREET.
And I would actually very highly recommend to go and check that out, because not only for the reasons you have stated, but it's very educational, very interesting, and I have learnt a lot just by reading that. Your tale of woes about heartbreak are very informative too, because everyone's been there.
That's the thing. A lot of people are probably like, "Why do you keep pouring your heart out?" Because why do you keep having car crashes? But it's because I do get a lot of messages behind the scenes of, this is exactly what I experienced. I've just never been, brave enough to talk about it out loud.
Yeah.
So, and I don't care what people think about me. So I just say whatever's on my mind.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
It works.
So I'm like, okay, I'll keep doing that.
Yeah.
Yep. But that about wraps it up for us, just about. Because here's one thing I didn't forget, which is
this time.
Hit us. Yes, this time hit us with a game fact.
Now, I need an accompanying image to this one for you to look at. So check your Skype right now. If it comes through, of course.
Yeah,
So
that's been weird.
we had a very weird, interesting moment earlier where Kylie's stuff wasn't getting sent to me because we think
Yeah,
she might have angered Microsoft.
I might have, knowing me. Okay, I have an image before me.
Can you explain what the image is?
Yes, I see an image that says Special Stages Battlefield.
Uh,
Uh,
well, that might give
stage
it away.
1.
That actually, this is the character select screen from Super Smash Bros. Melee.
Oh, right. Okay. Wow.
There's a reason behind that. Because during Super Smash Bros. Melee's development, every character was actually due to have two stages. What was called a front stage and a back stage.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I know, it's so weird. I know, I laughed and I chuckled to myself when I heard that as well.
Yeah.
Alright. The front stage was supposed to be the normal, non-weird stage, and the back stage was supposed to be the gimmicky stage, as Sakurai called it.
Right. Oh, okay. Okay.
So if you look through that image,
Mm-hmm.
you will actually see, so the top row is essentially the front stage and then the back stage. So you've got Princess Peach's castle, and underneath it you've got Rainbow Cruise.
Right.
Right,
Okay.
so
I
Rainbow Cruise
gotcha.
was the back stage, which obviously is the gimmicky one because it's a travelling
Right.
stage. For
Mm-hmm.
example, again, Fountain of Dreams and Green Greens for Kirby.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yes.
so take notice of the two stages on the top row that are completely by
Yeah.
themselves.
Yes. I immediately took note of those because they
Those
are
are
off to themselves.
yes. Now they were the only two stages that never got back stages because they were cut in development, and they were the Ice Climbers stage and Mr. Game & Watch's stages. So they've only
Oh,
got one
wow.
each. Due to time constraints, they unfortunately
Right.
couldn't have them. However, these are called the front stages, but yet they are very gimmicky. They
They
were
are.
originally
Yeah.
intended to be the back stages.
Oh, wow. Oh,
See?
wow. So
Awesome,
it's cool.
awesome fact that Did You Know
Visual
Gaming
fact.
posted off. So thank you, Did You Know Gaming, because that was amazing.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, we should probably tweet that out because that is very cool. That's very
Yeah, I
interesting.
can't give credit for finding these. I just find them elsewhere and I just relay them to you. And
That's right.
look,
You harvest.
I'm not saying these are my own facts, all right? I
Right.
never claimed them to be.
No, you're the delivery guy.
Yay!
Delivering
I'm a delivery
hot, fresh
boy.
facts. Okay, Futurama reference for the millionth time.
Yes. Now shut up and
Um,
take my money.
okay, so that's gonna do it for us. Thank you guys for stopping by. We hope you're hanging in there. And that went a little bit longer, but it really was because we needed to talk about those games.
We did.
So we hope you have a great week, and we will talk to you next week. Bye.
Laters.